The following is a product of Grayson Publishing.
Last week, the Howe Bulldogs forced the Bells Panthers into overtime with a fourth quarter comeback under a full moon on Friday the 13th. With the heartbreaking loss, Howe looks to regroup at the Dog Pound tonight against the talented Boyd Yellowjackets. It's football time in Texas.
Warning, the following high school football game is not for the faint of heart.
Kissing goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas. It's a Haley's Comet for the first time in his career.
Please take all necessary precautions.
Kiss him goodbye. To the 3, to the 2. He's in. It is touchdown time in Texas.
Howe Bulldogs football is on HoweEnterprise.com and is brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Bucksnort Barbecue, TechWave, and Meacham State Farm, Knight Furniture, Independent Bank, Star Auto Body, Torque Plumbing, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Juan Enciso Farmers Insurance, GCEC, The Old Man at the Coffee Shop, FBC Howe, the Howe Athletic Booster Club, Baker AC and Heating, Hit Exteriors.
He hands off on the reverse to Louder from the left to the right. A seam. He's in. It's touchdown time in Texas.
Now get ready because it's football time in Texas on HoweEnterprise.com. Here's the voice of Howe Bulldogs football, Monty Walker.
Hello, Friday night. Hello, Howe Bulldogs Stadium, a familiar place, a very friendly place. A few raindrops tonight, Justin White, and here we are at the familiar place we were a year ago when everything kind of blew up. A chance, they say you don't get second chances in life, but you do get two, back-to-back years with the same team, so you do get a second chance in a sense with the Boyd Yellowjackets.
Yeah, you're playing a team tonight that could arguably be the best team on your schedule, aside from maybe Pottsboro or even maybe better than Van Alstyne. So it's going to be a challenge here tonight for the Bulldogs. One final test here before they go into district here next week.
Well, the Bulldogs still without a fully recovered Austin Haley. He is cleared to play, and from what I understand, he will play a little bit tonight, sparingly. Not he may even start, but don't know how much he's going to, be out there in full force. So a few changes. Brandon Williams getting the start at fullback tonight. Jalen Thornton getting the start in the backfield, and Caden Harmon moving out to the Z, which is more of a slot receiver type position. Stephen Waldrop back in the lineup on offense. That's good to see. And then Matthew Bearden's going to move from right tackle to left guard. Coach Nate Lynch, the offensive coordinator, saying just now getting to the place where I'm putting my parts together and seeing what exactly fits. And he feels like he's got a good fit right now.
Yeah, slowly but surely this offense is starting to kind of take form. You'll hear here in the coaches show here a little bit how the weapons are starting to come together here, and how this offense, once it kind of gets gelled and gets going here, each week we're seeing it kind of mature a little bit more and more. It's going to be fun to watch here once it gets going.
We will not have quarterback Zeb Souter for Boyd. He is their starting quarterback, but didn't play last week. Not going to play tonight. He's in street clothes. And we'll see a lot of Rendon Lamance and maybe even some Hayden Hanson. They have a double attack sophomore quarterback situation. One runs. He's 5'10", 185, loves to run the football, and he's a great runner. The other one is 6'5", 220, and he looks like a D1 quarterback in the making. He can sling the ball. He throws the football like a tennis ball, and they love to throw it down the field with Hanson. So one of the key figures tonight for Boyd, you'll hear about a lot, Nick Taylor. They love to run a little shovel pass off of him and the tight end, actually off the line of scrimmage, kind of like a slot. They'll run the read option, and they'll put it in the stomach of the tailback on the jet sweep and then pull it and shovel pass it to Nick Taylor on either side. They've run it from the right and run it to the left. That's been a big play for them for the first couple of weeks here.
They got some big kids, some fast kids. We saw them last year in Boyd. One thing we noticed is not only how big and fast they are, but how young they are. We've got 20 juniors on this team, 4 sophomores, only 9 seniors. So This is a young team. They're good this year and probably going to be pretty good next year.
Justin White, our color analyst, Caroline Slauson, our sideline extraordinaire, Carson Grogan in the booth with us tonight, our spotter and engineer. And on the other side, he's trying to get in the press box on the far side is the Blizzard. Blake Burnett be doing stats tonight for you and also doing some spotting as well. We're going to take a quick time out and do the coaches show and the senior spotlight. We'll let you listen to that. We'll be right back right after that.
Monty, now that we're off the air, let's talk about something important. When's your birthday?
That's an interesting question. It's in May.
Did you know that Bucksnor Barbecue will give you a free birthday buffet?
What?
All you got to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnor Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They'll even include the drink.
Well, we're going to my parents for my birthday.
Well, Bucksnor Barbecue will keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
Hey, I'll even go to Van Alstyne for that.
Bucksnor Barbecue is located in downtown Van Alstyne. BucksnorBBQ.com.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, and I will always be a Bulldog. I'm a proud graduate of Howe High School. The great leadership from our teachers and coaches helped me be able to become one of the few certified criminal law specialists in Texas. While I love the black and white, in trials, everything is not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now at 903-744-4252 for a free consultation. I'm board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas.
Welcome to the Howe Bulldogs Senior Spotlight, brought to you by Ed Meacham State Farm. Now let's join Monty Walker with this week's senior.
This week's Senior Spotlight, we're joined with Hunter Brusso and Brandon Williams. Hunter, let's talk to you first. When did you decide to play football?
I decided to play football last year in speech class. Coach Day always told me throughout the year that I should come out and try it last year. And I told him I'll wait, and then about the second semester, I switched into athletics and started playing with this team.
So in speech class, did y'all run sprints? How did he know you were an athlete in speech class?
I just told him I was a great athlete. I just told him from the start that I'm a beast out there. And he said, come out and give it a shot.
Well, is it strange not being with the band on Friday night? Because you've been in the band. I mean, everybody knows now that you've been in the band for a while, and that's part of your deal. Is it strange not being with them on Friday?
It's a little strange, yeah. Week one, it was a little weird. We usually have to put all of our stuff somewhere, and I went to put my stuff there, and then I remembered I don't have to. Someone's going to do it for me now, so, yeah, it's a little strange.
You've been in the scouting program here in Howe for a long time. Are you an Eagle yet?
Not yet. I just finished the first part of my project. I'm building a donation box for the Feed My Sheep organization run by Miss Carolyn Cherry.
How important is the scouting program to not only just an athlete, but anybody in school?
It's really important to people. It brings people closer together and just lets them know that people are nice and not always mean, and everybody's just friends, and we learn stuff that you wouldn't learn in a school or a classroom anywhere.
Now, last week, you've had 2 back-to-back games here, great performances, but last week maybe your coming out party, outstanding game. Talk about the Bells game and how exciting was that for you?
It was really exciting, but I wouldn't have been able to do it without our D-line. Jackson Atkins, Colby Lappin, when the angles they were coming off was taking up 2 O-line blockers, allowing me to get around that outside to get to the quarterback once and apply some pressure and cut out blockers for Jordan Jones to make tackles on the outside.
So now you're switching over from corner to safety. How's that transition?
I like it. I like this new position a lot. I think it fits me a lot better. I'm mainly coming in at the quarterback now. I do have some pass responsibilities, but I prefer to go full head of steam at the quarterback.
What do you think you'll see from Boyd?
They got 3 quarterbacks out there, and one of them's really quick, so they got a lot of speed coming off the ball, but we're quicker. We're gonna go out and hit harder than they do.
All right, that's Hunter Brusso. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at MrEdInsurance.com.
Now we're joined with running back Brandon Williams, who moved here from McKinney. When did you move here?
The summer.
And talk about the differences. You were a McKinney Lion. What's the differences between the McKinney Lions and Howe Bulldog?
Well, just like the way everything goes, like there's more things over there, like a bigger school, bigger like community, and you just like, I guess more equipment. You get more things handed to you than you do over here. Everything over here you have to earn, and over there you just handed to you.
So let's talk about your cousin, right? Jalen, y'all are related, right?
Yeah.
So how are you related?
Well, our moms, they're sisters.
Okay, there you go. Well, that's easy. So you came in, had a little back injury to begin the season. How's that going now?
It's going good. The recovery is better than I thought. I thought I wouldn't like ever like feel no pain again, but I guess it's gone now.
You're back to normal?
Yeah.
So a touchdown last week, how exciting was that?
Very, very exciting. Just getting in the end zone, it's an amazing feeling and can't explain.
So you got a new team. How are you feeling with that new team? You feel at home here?
Yeah, it's more of a brotherhood here. Like everybody's growing. You just feel like it's a real brotherhood here.
That's awesome. And let's talk about Boyd. What do you expect to see from them?
Bigger dudes, but that just means slower. You know, running up the middle, it might be clogged up, but the outside, it should work.
Another touchdown?
Yes, for sure.
All right. So Brandon Williams has another touchdown tonight. All right, that's been our Senior Spotlight with Hunter Brousseau and Brandon Williams. We'll be right back right after this.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Welcome to the Howe Bulldogs Coaches Show with Bill Jailing. The Coaches Show is brought to you by FBC Howe. Now let's join Monty Walker with Bulldogs head coach Bill Jailing.
Hey, Coach, stinging overtime loss a week ago, turnovers at terrible moments, had to make that loss feel a little bit harder.
Yeah, it was that Friday night was a tough loss for us in general. I mean, anytime you lose, it hurts, but when you lose in overtime and you have the opportunities to win the game, it stings always a little more, and our players felt that sting a little bit. But I mean, we're work in progress. We keep getting better and better at little things each week. I mean, and I keep telling our coaches and telling people, you know, if you look at our first 3 games, we're 4 plays with turnovers or a penalty away from being 3-0 right now. We really are, and that's a testament to how the kids are playing and what they're doing on the field and what they're doing at practice every day. But anytime you lose in overtime, it hurts. It really does.
Well, the bright spot again, your defense played well. Hunter Brousseau looks like all of a sudden 3-time All-District player. You got to be happy with his play.
Yeah, I'm very happy with Hunter Brousseau's play. We kind of, during the scrimmages, we started him at cornerback and saw, you know, things he needed to work on at corner. But then as we progressed through the season, we kind of moved him to that hybrid outside linebacker position, and it kind of fits his mold just perfectly. And I'm very proud of the way Hunter's playing. He's doing a really good job for us. And I credited him being in my speech class last year while he's out playing football this year. But no, I'm very happy Hunter played football this year, and he's been a big impact player for us.
You know, we're talking about the defense and how you held that slot T pretty well, except for one drive, but everything else was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, the kids played outstanding. I mean, I went up to every kid after the game and said how proud I was of them, with the way they played. They did exactly what we asked them to do from a defensive standpoint, and they played lights out. I mean, most of our kids are going both ways, and a lot of our kids didn't leave the field hardly at all Friday night. And for the effort they gave, Friday night, I was extremely proud of them. I mean, very proud of them. But defense is coming along. I mean, it's a work in progress as everything else that we're doing right now. But I was very happy with the way the defense played. But we have improved our tackling, but we still work it every day.
Offensively, you got to see Brandon Williams really for the first time with extended play on the field. What were your thoughts?
I was very impressed with the way Brandon played. I mean, we were excited about Brandon when he came into camp. He had that injury that's kind of held him back, and this was really the first game he got to go. And we've kind of just said we're going to work him on offense right now. And you got to see little bright spots of what Brandon's capable of doing on Friday night. And he's kind of still now, with that being his first game, he's still kind of shaking off the rust a little bit. But we're excited to have him out there full go right now, and you'll probably see a lot more of Brandon Williams as the season goes on.
How about your freshman quarterback? How much are we going to see of him, and how's he doing?
Austin's doing really well. I mean, he's going through his concussion protocol. He will be cleared to play this week, but we're probably going to play him on a limited basis here and there. We don't want to rush him back too soon, but we are going to give him some reps to keep him on top of things and everything else. But we're gonna take it slow with Austin right now. He's doing a great job, and he's very athletic and very smart. But we also got to remember he's a 14-year-old kid, and we want to make sure we're doing the right things by taking it slow with his injury and getting him ready for Bonham next week as well.
All of a sudden, you start looking at the weapons that you're accumulating here, and a couple of weeks down the road or next week or when you enter district, you've got your quarterback, gunslinger, and then you've got Williams and Thornton in the backfield, and your receiving core. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does. It looks pretty good. And anytime you implement a new offense, it takes time to get it going. And, you guys have seen spurts of what we're capable of doing at times, and mistakes are going to happen. I always tell the kids mistakes are going to happen. We just got to live to play the next play. But, yeah, you're starting to see little spurts of the athletes we have and why we went to the offense we went to, just because the athleticism that we have with some of our kids will fit us better with what we're doing. And I really truly believe when it clicks, it's going to click and it's going to be fun to watch.
We're going to take a quick time out. We'll be right back right after this.
The First Baptist Church here in Howe, Texas would like to invite you and your family to a celebration of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Each Sunday morning at 10:30, we meet for worship at 100 East Davis Street in Howe. Prior to that, we have relevant Bible fellowships for all ages beginning at 9:15. Join us each week to declare the hope that is found only in Christ. Be ready to experience the life-changing power of the gospel. There is only one message for every generation, and that message is Jesus.
All right, Coach, Boyd comes in here to Bulldog Stadium loaded with juniors and returning starters. What do you expect to see from them?
Boyd is a very good football team, probably be the best team we've played all year long. They got a lot of speed, a lot of strength, a lot of size. They're going to come in very dynamic. You'll see them on Friday night. They're very dynamic offensively. They're big and fast on the defensive side of the ball, but we just got to play our game. Do what we do best, utilize the talent we have in the best situations we can put them in. But it's going to be a hard-fought game Friday night, no doubt. It'll be a hard-fought game. But I do believe we can play with them, and I do believe we're going to give them our best effort on Friday night.
Not moving the game at all. Going to be home on a Friday night, right?
It'll be home on a Friday night no matter what. I am not moving that game. We did that last year, and it didn't bode well for us.
Well, let's talk about 3 games into the season. What do you see from your team? What's your thoughts on your team right now?
I think, like I said, after the game Friday night, we're a gritty football team. Our kids get after it. They don't quit. They don't have any quit in them. They're doing what we're asking them to do, and they're starting to realize that when they do everything we ask them to do and they play up to their potential, that we can play with almost anybody. And I do believe we have the capability of being a playoff team here moving into district start next week. But again, I keep emphasizing we got great senior leadership from our seniors. We got great underclassmen that are learning the system and buying into the system. But the best way to put it is we're a hard-nosed, gritty team, and that's got no quit in them.
What impresses me the most is you have so many kids going both ways, and yet the second half seems to be when you really get better and better and better throughout the game. That's not normal.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, usually I would say that, we came in great shape, but, I don't think any high school team comes into the season in great shape. It takes them 3 or 4 games to get into playing shape, and they're starting to get into playing shape, especially going both ways. But what I credit it is that, our kids, when I played the first quarter or two, it was hard to catch my breath because the adrenaline's pumping, the Friday night lights are on, and I think once our kids settle into that atmosphere, that they play a lot better and once they get settled in, and that's evident because if you look at all our games so far, the third and fourth quarters have been our best quarters. So I credit that to being that the kids are bought in and they're knowing what they need to do. And I think the first and second quarter, we're just going back to that we're still a young football team with a lot of kids playing for the first time on Friday nights.
One thing you'll like, I know you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, you can tell by the jerseys. We'll have towels at the game. Matter of fact, we have a sponsor that's giving away 100 towels for the game, so you'll see some terrible towels in the stands tonight.
There's nothing wrong with that.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
Attention Bulldog Nation.
Come down to the Sonic and Howe for half-price shakes after 8.
When the Bulldogs are home, they'll even stay open for you rough, tough Bulldogs until 11 p.m.
Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles and a little message for our Howe Bulldogs football players.
Go Bulldogs fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. This is How You Sonic.
It's not just good, it's
Sonic good.
You win the most.
Welcome back. We are at Howe Bulldog Stadium, and where's our crowd? There's our crowd. We got a little crowd, and boy, it looks like. Wait, for the first time, our offensive coordinator is going to be upstairs tonight. So our offensive coordinator Nate Lynch walks past us, and he will be in the booth with Coach McCormick, and the Howe Bulldogs are making their way on the back of the end zone, working, they're stretching and doing all of that as the band plays the school song. Let's go over the starting lineups for you real quick. We'll let Howe introduce themselves on offense.
Journeying, left tackle. Matthew Bearden, right tackle.
Colby Lappin, center.
JC Helpenstell, guard.
Brantley Flynn, left tackle.
Colby Wyndham, receiver.
Stephen Waldrop, tight end.
Caden Harmon, running back. Brandon Williams, fullback.
Jalen Thornton, running back.
Leighton Overton, quarterback.
And you hear Leighton Elvington at quarterback. Even though Austin Haley is past the concussion protocol, he will play tonight a little bit, but not going to push it with him before district. And we'll let you hear from the defensive starters. They'll introduce themselves.
Jackson Adkins, D-end.
Journeying, nose guard. Matthew Bearden, D-end.
Stephen Waldrop, linebacker.
JC Helpenstell, inside linebacker.
Noah Campbell, linebacker.
Jalen Thornton, corner.
Hunter Brusso, cornerback.
Leighton Ovington, safety. Caden Harmon, strong safety.
Terrell Loudard, safety.
So Jordan Jones out this week. He's in a boot. He remember towards the latter part of last week injured his lower right leg, and he's in a boot. Will not play tonight. That's a big loss on both sides of the ball. But I guess the good thing is Hunter Brusso is having a storied career all of a sudden, as he's turned into one of the biggest stories of the season. Coming in now, they've moved him to a strong safety and coming off the edge, and he's going to be headhunting the quarterback, sounds like.
You like that secondary back there with Brusso and Elvington.
Is Boyd ready to do your school song?
Thornton, and even with Harmon in there for Jones, it's a pretty good athletic back secondary.
Very talented Boyd Yellowjacket offense. Garrett Van Kampen up front, Bartolo Guevara, Rustin Ellis the center, the right guard Hunter Dash, and the right tackle Colby Price. The wide receiver tonight, Brian Couture, and the quarterback, we talked about this earlier, Souder is not going to play tonight. He's in street clothes, but they will have 2 sophomores rotating in and out, Rendon Lamance and Hayden Hanson. One likes to run, one likes to throw. One of the biggest players on the field tonight, maybe the biggest player, is Nick Taylor. He's 6'1", 220, a junior tight end, and he loves to run the football on the shovel pass. In the slot, they'll have Caleb Armillo. At halfback is Dylan Inman. He'll be spotted at times by Alan Gott. And the wide receiver on the right side is Braden Hopkins, and he's the coach's son, Brandon Hopkins, his 8th season at Boyd. He replaced the legendary coach Joe Cartwright, who was at Boyd for 35 years, 38 overall, 35 as the head coach. He had 274 wins at Boyd, 2 state championships, and Hopkins, the now head coach, is a hometown boy, graduated in 1992, went K through 12 being a Yellow Jacket. He started in 2012 with the program, went 7-5, and then 4-7, 5-7, 4-7, 0-10 in 2016. Last year went 3-8, but all of those kids were sophomores. They're juniors now. They went 3-8 when those kids were freshmen. They went 6-5 last year when they were all sophomores, and here they are 2-1 when they're juniors. Overall, Hopkins is 29-49 on the season. They score 28.33 points per game and are averaging 394 yards per game, 202 on the ground, 191 in the air. They really are pretty balanced as far as when they do their damage. 20 points in the first, 26 in the second, 26 in the third, and 13 in the fourth. When they have given up points, which they haven't given up a lot, it's been in the second quarter where they've given up 26 of their 35 points this season has been in the second quarter. The Howe Bulldogs, Bill Jailing, 12-40. It's his sixth season as a head coach. He is 44 years old. And the offensive coordinator, Nate Lynch. Howe averages 24 points per game, and they average 327 yards, basically 328. They rush for 164 and pass for 163. That's about as balanced as you can get. Now, Howe is a second-half football team. So far this year, anyway. They have only scored 20 points in the first half all year, but they've scored 15 in the third and 38 points in the fourth. They do their damage in the fourth quarter, and that is a little bit surprising for a team that has so many players going both ways that they score a lot of their points in the fourth quarter.
I think a lot of that, too, it may be adjustments that they make at halftime. I know Coach Jay has talked about having a hard time making adjustments during the game because both players are playing both ways. So being able to make those adjustments in the locker room as they come to the second half.
For the first time tonight, let's check down on the sidelines. Our Night Furniture sideline reporter.
Hello, everybody. Well, looking at the sky tonight, it looks like it's going to rain, but thank goodness the weather says there's no chance, and if you're superstitious like us, you don't want it, because last year it rained, and it wasn't good for us, so maybe that'll help out.
Yeah, last year was if you listen to our broadcast last year, we were at Boyd. Their stadium press box is elevated a little bit off the bleachers, so you can't. The windows were fogging up from the outside. We couldn't see the crew there at the stadium had to get squeegees and get them on long poles and try to get the condensation off the windows all night long. It was disastrous. They actually got to a point where they had to turn on the heaters, and we were sweating and dying in that press box, but it worked as far as getting the condensation off.
Yeah, there was a lot of quirky things going on that night. We played on a Thursday night that night too.
Here come the Howe Bulldogs out of the tunnel. Colby Wyndon leads them out. The officials tonight are out of the Dallas chapter.
Hey, scoot down.
The referee is Mark Paxton. The umpire is Rich Leckinger. They've got these cards, and they're really hard to read with the yellow on the green, but head linesman Pat Dallas, the line judge Don Shamlin, and the back judge Tony Matthews. Again, they're out of the Dallas chapter, and we'll have the coin toss for you momentarily. The captains are on the field. Leighton Elvington, Arturo Lauder, Stephen Waldrop, and J.C. Helpenstell for Howe. And on the far side for the Boyd Yellow Jackets will be Brian Couture, along with Garrett Van Kampen. It will be, I believe, Bartolo Guevara
and Nick Taylor.
And Nick Taylor, the big tight end, the middle linebacker.
And J.C. Helpenstell.
All right, you called heads. It was heads. You have deferred. Yes, sir.
Yellow Jackets, number 14.
So that went quickly. I'm trying to figure out what. That went very quick. I don't even know if Carolina. We had a discussion in the pregame.
Yes.
Whether you were going to flip the coin or not.
Didn't happen to that, guys.
The officials before the game, we said
that was the quickest coin toss. I don't even know what he said. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Yeah. And I'll have to be honest, I don't even know the results of the coin toss.
I didn't either.
Boyd called heads. It was heads, and they deferred. Oh, I hope that's right.
I think they did defer.
Okay.
And I think, did you see Carson did?
First, I pray for everyone that came out tonight and a safe journey home. Second, for all the players, Boyd and Howe alike, all gathered here under God's protection. Thank you. Amen.
And now we're ready for the national anthem. Well, it's football time in Texas. I think some of the fans may have been scared off because of the threat of rain.
I know.
The middle of the bleachers not very well packed at all. So hopefully they'll fill in as the game continues. Maybe they're just late arrival.
That's what I'm just.
Maybe they're down there getting those towels.
Yeah, towels or the nachos, or I'm gonna contribute that to just maybe those
it's
two
the
things.
nachos is what that's where they're at.
Those two things, or they're waiting the weather out.
Well, we do want to thank Robertson's Welding. They did sponsor those towels for the Howe Athletic Booster Club and gave away 100 of those things tonight. So hopefully those terrible towels will be in effect here by this somewhat small crowd for Howe. Hopefully, hopefully they'll pack it in here a little bit. If you're at home and wanting to come over here, there's pretty good seats and it's not raining. So Howe appears to going to get the football first as they're lined up in kick return. Doing the kicking for Boyd is Boston McIntyre. That's a very Irish name. McIntyre, a high kick, going to be taken at the 19-yard line. Middle of the field is Carson Daniels, and he'll make his way to about the 27, 28, possibly the 29-yard line, and that's where the Bulldogs will start out for the first time tonight.
Let's see here. We said Elvington's getting the start. Elvington had a decent game here last week. Only threw one pick, had 97 yards, but managed the offense pretty well.
So here come the Bulldogs on offense, moving right to left towards the north end zone. It'll be Brandon Williams in the backfield along with Elvington, who's in the gun. Thornton is in the slot, and this is going to be a quick pass out, screen pass to Thornton, who's caught it, and he gets out of bounds at about the 33-yard line is where they'll spot it. Second down and about 7 coming up for Howe as we're just underway at Bulldog Stadium.
Quick little bubble screen there to Jalen Thornton, trying to get him involved early. He's the leading rusher, leading receiver. He's kind of the Swiss Army knife of this Bulldog offense here. Does a little bit of everything except pass. He punts, receives, rushes.
Give him 4, it's second down and 6. Elvington barks at the line of scrimmage and then turns around and gets the call. Again, same formation, Williams in the backfield, and they'll give it to Williams, who bobbles it for a moment but then brings it in. Only good enough for a couple up to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, he bobbled that. I don't know if that was supposed to be maybe Elvington supposed to read that or what, but Williams got the handoff there and moved it a couple yards to put it on a third and short here, 3rd and 4.
Harmon in the slot to the right, along with Waldron split out wide. Thornton and Wyndon down at the bottom. Elvington wants to throw. Lots of time. Now he's flushed down to the pocket. Still looking on the run. Throws it down the field. Harmon caught it past the 50 at the 48-yard line. A first down for Howe. A nice catch for Harmon as he goes down to catch the ball as he's diving to the ground.
Nice protection there by that offensive line as well. Gave him time, felt some pressure, rolled to his left, and then on the run, across his body, well, not across his body, but on the run there, throws it, and almost, I think it was almost intended for Waldron, but got it to Harmon.
So first and 10 here now for Howe, moving right to left. Elvington in the gun, Williams in the backfield. They stole the screen pass for Thornton again, looking for a block from Wyndon. He gets a block for a moment, and he'll gain another 3 or 4 yards. So Thornton on that screen pass has gotten 4 yards each time he's caught the football.
Yeah, trying to get him involved early, as we said here. He's very dynamic when he gets the ball. Good block there by Wyndon to hold his block as long as he could.
Second down and 6. Right to left goes Howe. 2 receivers on either side. This is the old run and shoot type look from Houston years ago. In the gun, handoff Williams right over left guard. He barrels over a defender at the 40-yard line, inside the 40 now to the 38, and that's where they'll mark him. It'll be third down and short.
Trying to get Brandon Williams involved in the offense. Had 8 carries for 45 yards. His first touchdown as a Bulldog last week, and he goes over there and bangs over somebody here for a couple extra yards.
Third down and 2, we'll call it. Swing pass, Thornton near side, waiting for him to escape. He's going to be close to a first down, and he'll cross the 35 to about the 33-yard line. That will be enough for a first down. They'll move the sticks.
Third screen, that bubble screen they've thrown here tonight there to Thornton, and need a couple of yards and able to get the first down. 7th
play of the drive coming up. First and 10 for Howe, right to left. Boyd with 4 down linemen in gold jerseys, gold helmets, and green pants. Elvington in all black hands it off again to Williams over left guard. This time he's pushed back, got to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard.
Yeah, just a draw up to Williams there, and a good job of the line. The defensive line there led by number 76 there for the Yellowjackets, Guevara. Able to stuff up the middle there.
Howe shows multiple formations so far this year, but really only this one look so far tonight. 2 receivers on either side, 1 man in the backfield, along with Elvington, who's in the gun. It's Wyndon down at the bottom. It's Thornton in the slot. On the other side, the far side, is Harmon and Waldrop. And this will be a handoff again. This time a big hole by Williams, and he bangs over a defender. He just lowers his shoulders and runs behind his shoulder pads at about the 27-yard line.
Good hole formed there by Jared Ing and Matthew Bearden at that left tackle and left guard spot there. And Brandon Williams trying to inflict a little damage there at the end of the run. And they're just slowly but surely just methodically moving this ball down the field.
9th play of the drive. They've gone 56 yards so far. It's third down and about 3. Handoff Williams. Bounces it out to the right. Now cuts it. He's got a lane and a first down to the 15-yard line.
How you like that? He got draw at the middle, bounce it to the outside. We saw a little bit of his speed there. And it's nice to have Brandon Williams there. Just another weapon here for this Bulldog offense.
12-yard gain for Howe. And that is a new first down at the 15. Elvington in the gun, same set. Barking now, looking to the near side. Williams stands just behind him and to his left a little bit. Elvington wants to throw. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Lots of pressure, and he's going to be sacked back at the 26-yard line. Big loss for Howe as they got away from the run game, tried to do something through the air, and got sacked.
Yeah, there was a lot of pressure coming pretty quickly there, and Nick Taylor, who had great pursuit, was able to track him down there. I thought Elvington had a little bit of time, but Taylor made up a lot of space pretty quickly and dropped him back behind the sticks. That's a big loss there for the Bulldogs.
Loss of 11 brings up second down and 21.
We may see the arm here of Elvington downfield for the first time tonight.
Williams in the same set now moves out. He runs out of the backfield. He wants to swing pass. Now it's coming to Thornton on the near side. He's got a little room inside back to the 20-yard line. They'll get a few back to the 19 perhaps. So it'll be third and long, but a somewhat manageable 3rd and 15.
They got a quick screen. They've been able to get a lot of yardage here the last couple of games on that, and Boyd actually able to keep the damage minimal there on that. But, yeah, brings up a 3rd and long. That sack there earlier in the drive, or early a couple plays ago, really hurt him.
Got to get to the 5, ball at the 19. It's going to be a handoff to Williams, not much doing there. Now he does try to spin out of a tackle, but he's going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Might have lost a yard back to the 20. It'll be 4th down.
Got stuffed at the line pretty quickly there. Yeah, almost got away there, but number 12 there for the Yellowjackets, Lane Wilson, held on for dear life and brought down Williams. And so this is 4-down territory. Interesting play there on 3rd and long. You do a draw play. I thought they maybe try to do a slant or a quick screen again.
So it's 4th down and about 15. Elvington wants to throw. Looking left side. Now hammers it down the field, middle of the field, and it's going to one-hop a defender at the end zone and fall incomplete. And the ball will turn over on downs after Howe opens the game with a 13-play drive, going 61 yards, but getting no points.
Yeah, just kind of stalled there again. That sack there.
The sack was the big one.
It really was. And good coverage downfield and then some pressure there by the Yellowjackets made Elvington uncomfortable and through where nobody was there. And so Yellowjackets take over in there on the 20.
6:24 on the clock here in the first. This is going to be a handoff from right to left on a big open lane and a 1st down for Boyd as they'll cross the 35 to the 37-yard line, and it's Alan Gott, I believe, on the carry, the first carry of the night.
Gott come in here. He's only played one game this season, 10 carry for 77 yards and a touchdown last week, and they have plan on getting him involved.
17 yards on the first run for Gott. Shotgun. Lamance is going to hand off, and no, Lamance does not. It's a great fake. And he's got a lot of room near side, pushed out of bounds finally on the Howe side of the field at the 37-yard line. It was a great fake because Hunter Brusso was right in the face of Gott, who looked, he appeared to have the ball. Faked me out too.
Yeah, Lamance had that, was reading the defense there. He kept it and had a big hole and got it all the way into Bulldog territory. They're going to have to keep an eye on Lamance. And, of course, when they bring in Hanson as well, that quarterback. They got a lot of weapons on this Yellow Jacket offense.
24 yards on the carry. Here is Lamance handing off Gott, left side, and he's good for 6. Thereabouts to the 33-yard line. 34 perhaps.
Draw off the middle there and gains about 6 on the play there.
Tackled by number 52, J.C. Helpenstell.
Helpenstell in on the tackle on that one.
What is it with Boyd? Now we have condensation on the windows again. Every year with them. We're going to have to send someone out to maybe try to get that.
Is it only from the outside you can get it?
Only from the outside. 5:21 on the clock here in the first quarter. No score. Boyd driving on their first possession. Lamance handoff to Alan Gott right up the middle over right guard, and he's going to be brought down by Helpenstell. But Gott will still surge forward for a couple of yards even after Helpenstell hit him. So they'll mark it.
Got the first down.
Yeah, they'll mark it past the marker to about the 27-yard line.
So far, they're opening up some pretty big holes here on this offensive line.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Left to right goes Boyd. Shotgun Lamance. He'll hand off to Gott. And no, he's going to keep it this time, and he's in trouble. That time it was read well, perfectly by the Bulldog defense. Waldrop was right there. Elvington took the handoff, took the back, and Waldrop took the quarterback.
Good job there. And Brusso was right there. He hit Gott pretty good when Gott didn't have the ball. And good job there by the rest of the Bulldogs there. Waldrop with the pursuit there and bring him back behind the line of scrimmage there. Put him in 2nd and long.
4-yard loss back to the 31-yard line. 2nd down and long. Lamance in the backfield and the shotgun formation, and he fakes the hand, looks downfield, wants to throw it, and he misses his wide receiver. A wide open target of Brian Couture. 15 catches on the year, 276 yards, but they couldn't connect there, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, it's like Couture zigged and Lamance thought he was going to zag and threw it behind him and over his head, so incomplete. So 3rd and long here for the Yellow Jackets, and this may be 4-down territory for them.
Big play early for the Bulldog defense. Being tested right here. 3rd down and 14. Lamance drops back, setting up the screen. That's going to be caught. And in the middle of the field, enough for a 1st down and more. Finally brought down by Arturo Lauder at the 10-yard line.
Kind of that middle screen wide receiver screen the Bulldogs run. They let the defensive line come through, let the offensive line go out and block, get it out to the receiver, and he's got a convoy ahead of him there.
21 yards on the play. First down and goal for Boyd at the 10-yard line. Lamance stays in the game. We haven't seen Hanson at quarterback yet, just Lamance. Gott stands next to him. And Lamance throws a screen pass out to Nick Taylor, the big tight end, and he just kind of waltzes in the end zone. Touchdown Boyd. They put it on the board for the first time tonight with 3:37 in the game, awaiting this PAT.
Like we said, a lot of weapons here on this Yellow Jacket offense. Yeah, Nick Taylor just went out there in the flats, was out there by himself, had a couple of blockers ahead of him, and he could have walked from about the 5 or 10-yard line into the end zone. So easy score for the Yellowjackets.
So Boston McIntyre, the Irishman, on for the PAT. Armio holds. It's almost blocked, but the kick is up, and it is good. 7-0. Boyd in the lead early. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
Monty, now that we're off the air, let's talk about something important. When's your birthday?
That's an interesting question. It's in May.
Did you know that Bucksnor Barbecue will give you a free birthday buffet?
What?
All you got to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnor Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They'll even include the drink.
Well, we're going to my parents for my birthday.
Well, Bucksnor Barbecue will keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
Hey, I'll even go to Van Alstyne for that.
Bucksnor Barbecue is located in downtown Van Alstyne. BucksnorBBQ.com.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
We're ready for the Tech Wave kickoff by Boston McIntyre. Our hit exterior scoring drive recap, 8 plays and 80 yards for Boyd. And here's Carson Daniels taking the return in the middle of the field, and he'll be brought down at the 30-yard line. Howe again will start at their own 30. Last time it was at the 29. 3:31 on the clock here in the first quarter, and Boyd has scored to take the first points tonight, 7-0.
It's been a quick moving first quarter so far.
Howe came out in the very first drive of the game and went an impressive 13 plays on the drive and took nearly half of the first quarter but couldn't get points off of it. A big sack turned them away, and now it'll be 1st and 10. Still going right to left is Howe, and it's still Elvington. This time a little bit different formation, as in the backfield is Thornton, and it'll be Williams on the carry right in front of Thornton, and nothing doing there will even lose a yard.
Again, trying to get Brandon Williams involved, and Williams from the get-go was taken down there behind the line of scrimmage. Good penetration there by the Yellow Jackets. Let's see who made the stop there. But trying to get Thornton, trying to get Williams involved in this offense on that first drive. Did a pretty good job. Again, like we said, stalled down there about the 30, 25-yard line.
Williams and Thornton in the game, in the backfield together, with Elvington in the pistol. And now Williams will move out of the backfield. Elvington hand off Thornton, coming left. Now tries to bounce it back right. Nothing doing there. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and long.
Kind of a stretch play there, trying to get it to the outside, and had Brandon Williams block it for him. Again, good penetration there by the Yellow Jacket offense. Thornton, we don't see very many times getting caught behind the line of scrimmage there, or no gain. As we see, he's averaging about 8 or 9 yards a carry.
A year ago, it was Cameron Blesseye with a 65-yard run and early in the game, but they got called back on a face mask.
Yep.
We'll see what happens here on 3rd down and 11. That was a key point in that football game a year ago. Man in motion is Harmon. They fake it to him and give it to Jalen Thornton on the reverse, and he's trapped behind the behind the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be a big loss, and it's going to be punt time for the Bulldogs.
Trying a little trickery there on 3rd down, yeah, but Kellen Ferguson, I believe, over there on the pursuit and stayed home and dropped Thornton way back behind the line of scrimmage. Even Thornton's speed was not able to get away from the swarming Jacket defense there.
Give him forward progress, and it'll only be a 5-yard loss. Could have been much worse than that. Ball at the 24-yard line. Thornton will now go back to punt this one away. And returning is Trevor Menard. And Menard's going to try to catch it on the fly. He touched it, and it bounced right past him. He has to go back and get it. Now picks it up at the 30, coming toward the middle of the field. Brandon Williams takes him down at the 33. It worked out well where Menard tried to catch it. It was just too low for him to catch it, and it bounced past him, but he touched it, so he had to go get it.
And a good job there by Williams there to bring him down for just a short return there. And there's some yardage right there missed by the Yellowjackets. Dropped him back about 10 or 15 yards.
Let's check down with our Night Furniture sideline reporter, Caroline Slauson. What's going on down there?
Hey guys, I don't know if you know this, but today marks the 84th anniversary of the first game Howe ever played in 35, excuse me. I'm sorry. I talked to Mr. Leon Thornhill, who was telling me how this used to be all a dirt field. There was a wrecking yard.
Hand off up the middle, and that's going to be Gaunt again, and he's got a lot of room. That's Inman, actually, left side. He could go. It's a foot race. Thornton trying to chase him and does bring him down inside the 20 at the 19.
And there's a flag. I wonder if that's in the area of holding there.
While we're sorting out the penalty, please continue.
Yeah, sorry. There was a wrecking yard here, and to build the bleachers, they had to build a big hole, dig all the old wrecked cars. So we're on top of a lot of cars. Oh no, like a car lot. No, I'm just joking. I don't know what's that meant, but you know.
Hey, let's dig them up.
Right.
At least it's better than an ancient Indian burial ground.
Yeah, when she was telling us that earlier, I thought she was going to say some kind of a cemetery or bodies laying buried under here. Just cars.
Well, you know, they did bury a bunch of bodies here in the 80s.
Oh, did they?
No, I'm just kidding.
And there was a penalty that was on the Yellowjackets. Let's see what it was for, though.
That's a big penalty. It'll be brought all the way back to the 34-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, left to right. And this is the big quarterback Hanson into the game. Under pressure, brought down by Matthew Bearden, the freshman. A sack inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Good job there by Bearden. Yeah, the pocket just started to kind of close up there on Hanson. And Bearden right there, a big boy himself, a freshman, came in there and wrapped him up. A big guy like Hanson, you're going to need a big guy like Bearden or Ing or somebody like that up there to bring him down. That's a big kid back there in the backfield.
Hanson doesn't appear to be the most fleet of foot, but he does have the cannon of an arm. It'll be 2nd down and 15. In the gun is Hanson, 6'5", towers over everybody. He leans down to give the handoff to Inman. That's Gott, actually, and he'll carry right side, looking for some room to about the 37-yard line. Not enough for a first down, but a good pickup by Gott. It'll be 3rd down.
That could have been a little bit more. Gott had got loose there for a little while, and Bulldogs able to bring him down. And there's the end of the first quarter.
About a 10-yard gain there by Gott. That is the end of the first. 7-0 Boyd. We'll be back right after this timeout.
This is attorney Kimberly Killebrew. I'm a Howe resident with 27 years experience practicing family law. I service the greater North Texas area, including Grayson, Collin, and Denton counties. Call 214-432-1595 to schedule a consultation to discuss your divorce, child support, custody, or family law needs. Mention this ad and you receive a free 15-minute phone conference. In-person appointments are available in Grayson County or our principal office in Plano, Texas.
My name is Michelle Walker, Vice President of the Howe Athletic Booster Club. On behalf of the board, we'd like to thank you for your support. Our mission is to support all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. We do this by purchasing new equipment and other items. Without these funds, our athletes would not be where they need to be. It's only $25 to become a member.
Hey, this is Coach Jailing. Our motto this year for the Howe Bulldog football team is all in. And all in means our football team, community, parents, everybody. We need everybody to be all in this year. And that includes you guys joining the Athletic Booster Club.
Hey, you remember that game where we had 30 possessions a few weeks back? We're at 4, and we're entering the second quarter. Quick game. 3rd down and 5 coming up for Boyd after the 10-yard gain by Gott. Hanson wants to throw. Drops back 3 steps under pressure. Sets up the screen. It's going to be caught. near side, and a lot of room out of bounds after a big gain, crossing the 50, crossing the 40, and on the reception is someone.
Dawson White.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of a crossing route there, and Brusso was barreling right down there on Hanson. Hanson held on that ball as long as he could, and Brusso gave him a little hit there, a little shove at the end of that. And good catch there by White there on the crossing pattern. No relation.
Boyd now in Howe territory at the 47. Hand off to Inman, right side. A lot of room. Knocked down by J.C. Helpenstell, but he doesn't go down. He breaks that tackle, and Hunter Brusso finally grabs his shoestrings after another first down run somewhere around the 25-yard line.
A run that probably would have gone only 5 yards, but it was a missed tackle there by the Bulldogs. That's something Coach Jay has continued to be working on. They've done pretty good since that first Ponder game on tackling and not allowing extra yardage after contact, but on that one they're not able to wrap up.
Helpenstell hit him well, but he didn't go down. Inman strong enough to keep going. 1st and 10. Ball at the 24-yard line in Howe territory. Nick Taylor is in the tight end position. You got to watch this shovel pass, but Hanson wants to hammer it deep down the field, left corner, and it's going to be incomplete. And the flag down, it was Thornton in coverage on the big receiver, Brian Couture. He's over 6 foot and 155 pounds, but Thornton, I believe, is going to get called for pass interference here.
It must have been early in the play there, because when I went to look, he was right there step by step with them, and the officials are conferring on this. I wonder.
They're going to wave it off.
I was about to say, I was like.
That was a good penalty for Howe, or good non-penalty for Howe. As they'll spot it again at the 24-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Boyd. Again, green pants and the gold jerseys and gold helmets, green numbers for the Yellowjackets, which never has been a favorite color combo of mine. Very Baylor-ish, 1970s Baylor-ish. And Howe with those good-looking black uniforms, black tops, black bottoms, a thick gray stripe down the side like the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they only have one logo on the right side of their helmet, none on the left, just like the Steelers. And yes, Coach Jay loves the Steelers. 2nd down and 10. Hanson handoff near side, and Inman finds a lane through the left side, and he is going to finally be brought down by Helpenstell near the 10-yard line at the 11, and another move of the sticks.
There's gaping holes. I mean, he's going around the each side, left side on that time, and blockers on the receivers, and he's got 7, 8, 9, 10 yards a clip here.
We're at the 10:53 mark here in the second quarter. Inman checks out of the game, and Alan Gott will check into the backfield along with Hanson, who's in the gun. And he hands to Gott over right tackle, and he's brought down, and a flag is down near the 5-yard line. We'll just have to check the flag on that.
Well, one thing you hadn't seen a lot is Hanson.
Helpenstell once again.
See what the flag is. Hold against the Yellowjackets. You hadn't seen Hanson tuck the ball and run, so that's got to be something they key in on when Hanson's in the ball game. He's pretty much not going to run. He's going to be handed off to the receivers. He's not going to be doing a lot of read options.
So it'll be 1st down and 15 for Boyd as they are still trying to knock on the door in the Howe side of the field. Ball's placed about the 18-yard line. And Boyd comes to the line of scrimmage, gingerly walking to the line. Armillo in the slot. And Hanson wants it. He's going to drop back 3 steps, looks across the middle, now out the right side. He's got a man that's caught, and he's brought down immediately by Harmon. And I believe on the reception is the big tight end once again.
Harmon making the tackle for
and that is Dawson White. Both White and Nick Taylor similar. Taylor a little bit bigger.
Harmon playing back there at that corner spot in for Jordan Jones, and as soon as White caught that ball, he came in there like a heat-sinking missile and able to take him out real quick.
6-yard gain to the 15-yard line. Hanson wants to throw a quick hitter on the inside, going to be caught by Cotier, and he's brought down immediately by Jalen Thornton, close to a 1st down inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. I believe that's going to be enough for a first, but we'll see once they get over there. And it's not enough for the first.
We see the cannon there of Hanson. Hanson threw a bullet there to Couture. And good job by Thornton to grab him by the head and bring him down before he got the first down. So 3rd and short here.
3rd and 1. And still in the gun is Hanson. And Lamance stands next to him. And he's going to hand off to Lamance, trying to get outside, trying to find the far corner, bounces it up, won't go down. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Lamance from 3 yards out, and Boyd extends their lead, 13-0, awaiting this PAT. And we're at the 9:14 mark here in the second quarter.
Lamance went out wide there on the run, trying to get around the corner. Louder had a beat on him, but couldn't make the tackle, couldn't wrap him up, and broke that tackle and able to just go into the end zone for the touchdown. And so Bulldogs find themselves down 2 scores here in the second quarter.
McIntyre's PAT looks true, and it is, and that ups the score to 14-0. And we are at the 9:14 mark. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
This is Larry Mays. I'm the master plumber and the owner of Torque Plumbing in Howe, Texas. We do commercial and residential plumbing, everything from major construction of new restaurants to service plumbing calls to local citizens. We even service water heaters. We're located here in Howe off of Highway 75 at 102 South Collins Freeway. We're family owned and operated and are vested into the Bulldog community. Give us a call at 903-532-0525.
Mention this ad for free service calls. To compete at the highest level, you need reliable teammates to share the load, strong leadership, and unquestionable character. It's true in athletics, and it's true with financial services. At Independent Bank, we understand success on the field is a result of unseen hours of hard work and preparation long before the first whistle. Visit any of our branches, and you'll find local bankers invested in the community, committed to building strong business partnerships and helping families reach their financial goals. Independent Bank is proud to be a part of Howe Student Athletics. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. We have a hit exterior scoring drive recap of 9 plays, 66 yards for Boyd. It took about 4:05 off the clock. It was a Lamance 3-yard touchdown run that capped it off, and a 14-0 lead is what Boyd enjoys right now with 9:14 left to go in the second. And this is going to be Arturo Louder taking the kickoff return, the Tech Wave kickoff return, to about the 33-yard line. He picked it up and went down almost immediately. And Howe will start from their own 33 or 32-yard line going left to right.
And I think we're going to see Austin Haley into the game for the first time tonight, I believe.
Okay.
See if they'll get him in there. And Yellowjackets Bulldogs down 14-0. And see if he can put some life into this offense here for the Bulldogs.
And it is Haley's Comet coming into the game, the freshman quarterback. He'll have Harmon, Waldrop, and Louder to his right. And now Thornton goes out of the backfield, swing pass to Thornton, near side. And he gets a block from Waldrop and goes down hard after about an 8-yard gain, crosses the 40 to about the 42-yard line, and he's slow to get up.
Yeah, threw it out there on a little swing pass out there to the flats there to Thornton. Had some blockers ahead of him. I saw Williams on the sidelines, but he's in there now. But Thornton, getting up, kind of limping a little bit, trying to stay in the game, though.
So 2nd down and 2, or a very long one, more like 2 here for the Bulldogs. Approaching midfield. Haley in the gun, Williams in the backfield. Some movement early, and it's going to be Waldrop who moved, and Williams moved. So remember, we've got a new quarterback in there. Elvington was in the game to start, and they have those different cadences. So it could take a play or two to get used to Austin Haley. Now, Boyd doesn't have any problems with that. They're switching quarterbacks in and out, but sometimes teams do. That'll move the ball back to the 36-yard line. 2nd down and about 7 or 8. We'll call it 7. Haley in the gun, Williams in the backfield, same formation. And this is going to be a swing pass out. Thornton caught it, looking for a block. Couldn't get that block from Waldrop, and the ball's on the turf. And Boyd says they have the football.
Pass is complete to Thornton.
And
There was a fumble
apparently
on
the
play.
Bulldogs got right back on.
Oh, man.
Bulldogs recover.
Thornton got hit immediately, and the ball jarred loose, and somehow, some way, did the Bulldogs recover or did it just go out of bounds?
Yellowjackets.
I couldn't tell because it was over by the far sideline. But the Bulldogs dodged a big bullet there. Instead of losing the ball, they just lose a few yards.
Let's see if we've got that potted up. So it's 3rd down and 10, essentially, and Howe has gone backwards here since the first play. Haley in the gun, 2 men in the backfield, Williams and Thornton. Thornton gets it right here up the middle, bounces for a few yards up the middle, and maybe 3 or 4, and it'll be punt time for Howe, crossing the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Just a handoff right up the middle of Thornton, only a couple yards. Thornton, I tell you, he's been slow to get up these last couple of plays. Of course, he's been hit pretty hard, and now he's going to go punt.
So they'll mark it at the 37, actually.
Going back deep, Trevor Menard.
And Thornton will stand with his heels touching the 25-yard line. Menard back to return this one. Not much of a win tonight at all. The flag is limp. And Jalen Thornton's wobbly end-over-end kick's going to bounce and take a good Howe bounce inside the 20. Barely inside the 20, but it does roll dead right about the 19-yard line. So a good punt by Thornton.
This is going to be an important possession for this Bulldog defense here. Yellowjackets have moved the ball down the field pretty much at ease the last couple of possessions. So if they're able to move down here and down 21-0, we talk about the Bulldogs kind of being a second-half team. You don't want to get yourself in such a big hole that it's so hard to come out of.
6:47 on the clock as we change possessions. As Boyd is moving right to left from their own 19-yard line. 14-0, Howe in the lead here in the second quarter.
See, Lamance, I think, is in there.
We do have Lamance siding back in the game. They're rotating every other series. He likes to keep it, and he's going to do so right here, looking for a block right over the left tackle, up the left hash. Good enough for a first down.
Did I see a flag? Yeah, a flag is in.
We have a flag on the play.
Right in the middle of the field, it's going to be against Boyd. They'll back this one up. It'll be a holding call and first down and 20 for the Yellowjackets.
I'll tell you what, flags have negated some big long runs for the Yellowjackets. That's been only saving grace for the Bulldogs here to put them in longer situations here because of the penalties.
Let's check down with our Night Furniture sideline reporter, Caroline Slauson. How's it going down there?
Hey, guys, I know you've been talking about Boyd's quarterback, Hayden Hansen. I don't know if being up in the booth can really do justice of how big that kid is. And really all these kids out here, they're just big old boys.
Timeout's been called on the field. They are big boys, and you don't need to go stand next to them either, Miss Caroline.
No.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, and I will always be a Bulldog. I'm a proud graduate of Howe High School. The great leadership from our teachers and coaches helped me be able to become one of the few certified criminal law specialists in Texas. While I love the black and white, in trials, everything is not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now at 903-744-4252 for a free consultation. I'm board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at MrEdInsurance.com.
6:39 on the clock here in the second quarter. Boyd leads 14-0. And they face a 1st and 20 right here. Lamance is going to hand off to Gallant, trying to find the outside corner. Does, and is good enough for about 10 yards before he's brought down on the far side. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 after a nice pickup around the right edge.
Yeah, good. Another read there by Lamance. You can pretty much guarantee if Lamance is in there, he's a running threat. When Hansen is there, he's pretty much kind of the passer He's the arm of this offense there, but got it to Gott, run around the right side, got that yardage back from that hold. Second down and 10.
Back to the original line of scrimmage at the 19. It'll be second down and 10, 6:02 on the clock here in the second quarter. Lamant's in the gun, and he looks to hand now. He looks to throw. Back under pressure, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Hunter Brusso.
Why not? Hunter Brusso's had a great couple of games. Had last week some solid tackles, had a pick six 2 weeks ago, and he got a sack in there. He talked about in the senior spotlight, he had caught Coach Jay, he's a beast. Coach Jay said, why don't you come prove it on the field? He's done it so far.
So they've been at the 19. They went back to the 9 on the penalty, got back to the 19 on the run by Gott, and now they're back to the 9 because of Hunter Brusso and his sack.
And Yellowjackets have been able to convert some third downs here, so this is a big third down here for the Bulldog defense. They need to get a stop now.
5:17 on the clock here before half at Bulldog Stadium. And this is going to be Lamant's wanting to throw. Flush down to the pocket, looking downfield, deep down the field, and that one's going to be batted away by J.C. Helpenstiel. He stuck up his left paw and knocked that ball away. A great play by the linebacker.
That was a three-man rush there, and not putting a lot of pressure there on Lamant's, but Lance rolled to his right and tried to throw it across the middle. A good job there by Helpenstiel, who was watching him the whole time and threw up that left mid up there and knocked it down, and a good third down stop here for the Bulldog defense.
And the Bulldogs have forced a punt for the first time tonight against Boyd, deep in their own territory at the 9-yard line. Do you pin your ears back here, or did you just return the ball?
Play the field position game.
Harmon is back along with Arturo Louder, and they'll try to field this one on a hop because it's a short kick. Louder is going to let it go right past him. It was already about to be roll dead anyway, and Arturo Louder picked up his right leg and let it roll right under it. Howe's going to have great field position at the Boyd 40-yard line to start their next possession, which is their 4th possession of the game.
Coach Zagleski comes out the numbers there and gives his defense a pat on the head, especially Hunter Brusso there for that sack and forcing the first punt of the game for the Yellowjackets.
I wasn't looking, but I bet we got an Air Zagleski out of that.
Probably so out of that one. A much-needed one right now.
There were definitely some Air Zagleski's.
There was some clearance under those shoes.
There were two, actually.
1st and 10, left to right. Go the Howe Bulldogs coming on the field, and it's Elvington back in at quarterback now. He'll be in the gun with Brandon Williams standing to his left. 2 receivers to either side. And this is going to be a handoff to Williams right up the middle. It looked like there was a face mask, no call, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, possibly a yard to the 39.
Yeah, just right up the gut there. But he's hit immediately there by Rustin Ellis and Clay Rodriguez there on the defensive line and linebackers. And so just a minimal gain there for Williams. This is a big possession here for the offense as well. They're in Yellowjacket territory here after forcing that punt and that sack. It's a big opportunity here for the Bulldogs to put some points on the board.
2nd down and 9. Elvington barking, and they were so successful early in the game on the swing pass to Jalen Thornton. Haven't seen a lot of it since that first possession. 2nd down and 9. Elvington wants it, and he wants to throw. Drops back 3 steps, hammers it down the field right side for Harmon, and he is turned around and couldn't haul it in. It was over his head. If he perhaps kept running on the ball and didn't turn, maybe he could have caught that, but still, he'd have had to make a great adjustment to it, and it's incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
I'm okay with that call. Trying to go long, see if you can loosen up this defense, use some of your athletes you have in Harmon and Thornton and Louder, and yeah, just a little bit over the head of Harmon. I think Harmon got turned around a little bit too.
Big 3rd down and 9 right here for the Bulldogs. Need to punch it in before the half for sure. Right now there's 4:08 on the clock. Williams runs out of the backfield in motion. Elvington throws it middle of the field looking for Waldrop, and it's going to be caught in a 1st down at the 15-yard line. Outstanding catch by Waldrop. All kinds of traffic, and he hauls it in.
What do they call Waldrop? Waldrop's is the Gronk of this team right here, and just right down the seam, right between the hash marks. Elvington throws a laser right there to Waldrop, right in the right place, right behind the linebacker's back.
I bet you Haley's okay with letting him borrow his Gronk.
Yeah. As long as it leaves a big yardage like that.
1st and 10. Big 3rd down pickup for Howe. 3:39 on the clock. Man in motion is Harmon. And he and Williams run into each other. It looked like it was going to be a jet sweep to Harmon. And Williams ran up like he was going to get the handoff. Harmon was coming across on the jet sweep, and they ran right into each other.
You got too many people moving too many different directions, and it just didn't pan out there. I don't know who to blame on that one.
They lose a yard, so it'll be 2nd down and 11. We're going to have to figure out the window again. Here's Elvington looking down the field now, flushed out of the pocket. He's going to have to get rid of it. He's slung down behind the line of scrimmage. Not a big loss this time, but back to the 20. It's going to be about a 2 or 3 yard loss.
Nick Taylor was pursuing him there, one of the defenders there for the linebacker there for the Yellowjackets, and almost got a hold of the helmet there of Elvington. I thought it was going to be maybe a face mask or legal hands to the face or something, but no call there. So 3rd and long here for the Bulldogs. This is 4-down territory here at the Yellowjacket 19.
With 2:34 on the clock, you would think so. 3rd down and 13 or so.
Yeah.
So Howe taking a lot of time off the clock, letting it go down the play clock. They're going to let it go all the way down to 1, probably call a timeout right here. The clock is at 2:19, and Howe has called the timeout. We'll take 1, 2. We'll be right back right after this.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JNCiso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Bulldogs facing a 3rd and 13 with 2:17 left to go before the half. Right at the Boyd 19-yard line. And Elvington wants to throw deep down the field in the end zone. It's going to be a touchdown. Colby Wyndon caught it. I thought it was going to be picked. I thought it was an interception, and then Colby Wyndon comes down with it. It's touchdown time in Texas, by the way.
Elvington just dropped that in there behind the defense there, just in the right spot. I mean, he would throw it any way to the left or the right. It probably would have got picked off, but just lofted it in the right spot there, right into the Wyndon's arms.
Not to mention it's almost impossible to see out of this window with all the humidity and condensation. Here's Flores for the PAT. It's very high, one of his highest kicks we've seen so far. And that one is good. Cuts the lead in half, 14-7. Boyd in the lead, but Howe just punches it on the board right here before half. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
Attention Bulldog Nation. Come down to the Sonic and Howe for half-price shakes after 8. When the Bulldogs are home, they'll even stay open for you rough, tough Bulldogs until 11 p.m.
Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles and a little message for our Howe Bulldogs football players.
Go Bulldogs fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. This is How You Sonic.
It's not just good, it's
Sonic good.
Our hit and exterior scoring drive recap: 7 plays, 40 yards for Howe. It was a 13-yard touchdown pass from Elvington to Wyndon, and that cuts the Boyd lead in half, 14-7. We're at the 2:13 mark here in the second quarter, and you can give a big asterisk right there for the Bulldog defense, who set that up, getting a big stop down in the Boyd side of the field.
I think that Brusso sack, that was part of that too.
Tech wave kickoff is Kevin Flores, and he'll run to the ball. And that one is a banger deep down the field. Going to take the returner back to the 10-yard line. And from one side of the field all the way the other is Menard. Still on his feet somehow, wasn't tackled, and he finally is. But he'll cross the 32-yard line, and the flag is down. It's on the very far side of the field, so we'll have to check and see what this is.
It'll be interesting to see what that. Maybe it's some extracurricular there after the play. There was go ahead, Caroline.
Yeah, I believe it is. It's going to be on us, on Howe.
Oh.
Yikes. Well, that's one thing with a good football team that moves the ball at will. You don't want to help them out at all. So the ball's going to be spotted for the moment at the 34-yard line. It's going to be against Boyd. Keep doing that, Caroline.
Sorry, yeah. Hey, maybe I will. I promise from what I saw.
Howe will take it, though.
Yeah.
So now this is going to be an important stop for the defense here because, remember, Howe got the ball to start the game. Boyd will get the ball in the second half. So if they score here, don't give Howe much time at the end and then get the ball in the second half.
They don't want to give them double-up points right here. 1st and 10, right to left goes Boyd, and they're all gold except for green pants. And this is going to be the big sophomore quarterback, Hanson, looking to hammer it down the field. Under pressure now, floats out of the pocket to the right. It's going to be caught and dropped immediately from his big wide receiver, and that's going to be Hopkins, Braden Hopkins on the reception. He has 6 catches on the year for 193 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he brings in his first catch tonight. It'll be 2nd down and 4 after the 6-yard pickup.
They're going to try to play a little fast here.
Hanson in the gun, wants it again. Drops back 3 steps, looks near side, under pressure. And this one's going to be caught for a first down and out of bounds. Goes Cotier. And now a flag is down, and it's going to be probably against Brandon Williams as they might call a late hit on the near side. We'll see.
Hanson showing that arm. He threw from the right hash mark over to the far left side and put that in right there, right between the receiver and the out-of-bounds line.
So the ball was at the 49-yard line when it was caught, so the additional 15 yards will take the ball to the 34 of Howe, and it'll take Brandon Williams out of the game and put Derek Kirshner into the game. So you got to watch. You got to watch yourself. You can't be doing the extracurricular late hit out of bounds. 1st down and 10. Boyd drops back 3 steps. Hanson looking to throw under pressure. And now he throws it on the run, and that one's going to be intercepted, I believe.
That's Elvington.
And it is. Another pick by Elvington.
His 4th of the season.
Comes at a good time as Hanson was rolling out right. Threw it off of one leg as one leg was way up in the air, and he just kind of slung it. And Elvington jumped in front of it, picked it out of the sky. It's 1st and 10 for Howe, and they're going to escape without points. It appears so, if they can hang on to the football right here. Right now, there's a minute 16 left to go before the half. The ball's at the 15-yard line.
I can't tell you how good of a stop that is here for the Bulldog defense. A good job there by Elvington. Was staying there with his receiver. I didn't see who was intended for, but right there with the receiver, like you said, jumped the route, wrestled the ball away from the receiver, and able to get the turnover just at the right time as Boyd was starting to march here.
Ball at their own 16, 1:16 on the clock before the half. Howe moving left to right, Elvington in the gun. And this is going to be Harmon straight up the middle, and he's looking for room. Not much there. They're just going to be content with killing the clock and going to the house. But now a Boyd Yellowjacket gets thrown to the turf. And that's not good for Howe.
No flag.
As tempers are flaring, but no penalty, perhaps. And could it be a flop?
It could have been. It could be a little bit of acting there on the Yellowjacket side. There is a flag. Take that back. There is a flag. Exactly what the Bulldogs don't need as they're deep in their own territory after the interception. And you're trying to run this clock out here and go into the locker room.
Still no indication on what the infraction is just yet. But now they're going to marked the ball off against Howe halfway to the goal, so that was the big one. And now the ball will be spotted about the 7-yard line. Right now there is 1:04 on the clock. You got to run the ball here.
I wonder if Blizzard saw who that was on, what that was.
Well, Jaron Ing is checking off the field. And now a timeout's been called. So we'll take 1-2, and we will be right back right after this timeout.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
Welcome back. Howe still in the timeout talking about this and trying to figure out, hey, we got to get to the locker room without giving up points here. Run the football. Let's get out of here. It's 2nd down and 20.
Yeah. 18 is what the scoreboard's saying, but yeah. Yeah, you just run the ball right now and just try to get out of here and reconvene in the locker room.
So Carson Daniels into the game at fullback. Brandon Williams still out ever since he got the personal foul over here on defense. Elvington in the gun with his heels nearly touching the goal line. And he'll try to run to the right side and just go nowhere. As a matter of fact, he's got to get down or it'll be a safety. And he does get down before he goes in the end zone.
Oh.
So they'll mark him right about the 1. That's one of those where as soon as you get the snap, if you're going to run, you just better run. They'll give him forward progress to about the 3.
Well, first thing I thought was
maybe 4.
Hold on to the ball for one thing, and then I know they want to be conservative here, but that was almost too conservative. It was like, yeah, Ellington got the ball and just kind of just looked around trying to do something with it and just went and then got taken down almost in the goal line, around the goal line.
And another timeout's been called, this time by Boyd. We'll take 1-2. We'll be right back right after this.
This is attorney Kimberly Killebrew. I'm a Howe resident with 27 years experience practicing family law. I service the greater North Texas area, including Grayson, Collin, and Denton counties. Call 214-432-1595 to schedule a consultation to discuss your divorce, child support, custody, or family law needs. Mention this ad and you receive a free 15-minute phone conference. In-person appointments are available in Grayson County or our principal office in Plano, Texas.
This is Larry Mays. I'm the master plumber and the owner of Torque Plumbing in Howe, Texas. We do commercial and residential plumbing, everything from major construction of new restaurants to service plumbing calls to local citizens. We even service water heaters. We're located here in Howe off of Highway 75 at 102 South Collins Freeway. We're family owned and operated and are vested into the Bulldog community. Give us a call at 903-532-0525.
Mention this ad for free service calls.
Elvington gets the snap and runs straight up the middle for a few yards. And another timeout's been called, this one by Boyd with 49 seconds. We'll keep it right here. Caroline Slauson, our Night Furniture sideline reporter down there. All these timeouts, you getting the ear in on any of this?
Yeah, in fact, a lot of us got an ear in on that one. Coach Jay is very upset, along with Coach Stiglesky, reminding this team that whatever they do, that's on them. This team, we play clean, we play classy, is exactly their words, and he's not very happy at all.
You know, I don't know about y'all. I love Coach Jay.
Yeah.
You know, you get to know him get to know somebody for over the past year or so. You understand their personality and what they're trying to do with kids like that. And, you know, there are some out there that it's just about win. And there's some out there that actually they care about molding kids. And Man, I tell you, you got to like somebody like that. So here's 4th down and about 17 for Howe, 16-17. And Thornton will be back to punt inside his own end zone. Now, Boyd is going to try to score right here before the half. There's 49 seconds on the clock. Thornton, you hope for a good snap. He gets it, and he boots this one away. Low kick, end over end, going to bounce it off of Menard. He picks it up at the 37, running from left to right. And Helpenstell misses the shoestring tackle. Menard's able to escape, but he's brought down at about the 33-yard line, and Boyd is 33 yards away from points right here before the half. There is only 39 seconds and 33 yards away from keeping them to that goal.
Well, Bulldogs were trying to be conservative there on that last possession and try to run the clock out, but Boyd had a couple of timeouts in their back pocket and were able to use them and get stops when they needed to. And, yeah, this is not what the Bulldogs had planned when they got that interception earlier.
Hey, Elvington, pick another one off right here, okay? 1st and 10, right to left, Boyd. 39 seconds on the clock from the 32-yard line. Hanson drops back, throws deep over the middle of the field. That one's going to be intercepted by Arturo Louder at the goal line. They'll mark him down at the 1. Back-to-back picks. How about that dog defense?
This Bulldog defense is turning into ball hawks here. Elvington with his 4th interception of the season. Now Louder getting his first pick of the year too, and gets it at an ideal time and a great time here for the Bulldogs as the Yellowjackets offense was threatening.
All of a sudden, it's the defense for Howe that's saying, "Hey, we're trying our best here. We're doing what we can." There's 32 seconds on the clock.
Now you're the same problem you had last time. You're deep in your own territory, even closer to the goal line than you were before.
Gosh, is this under center time?
You need good snaps and hold on to the ball.
Boy, this is Elvington going under center for the first time. You got to get the snap. Elvington does, and he does get out from his own end zone. The Boyd Yellowjackets are saying safety, but the officials say no, forward progress, gets him back out to the 1. Clock still rolling at 17 seconds, and Howe would be content.
I'd say good thing
just to get off the field right here.
It's a good thing for Howe is they ran a play. Boyd has no more timeouts, so they can run the clock out.
That's a good job right there. You know, that is, I tell you what, after we've seen last year's, let me mark this down as halftime. After we've seen last year's troubles with Elvington going under center and getting the snap, it's not an automatic situation, especially since he doesn't do that much anymore. To go under center to get that snap is not just an automatic thing.
That thoughts of last year come back. Yeah, with those fumbled snaps they had, that would have been the wrong time to do it right there at the goal line. But good job there by the Bulldogs to just there was the Yellowjacket defense was smelling or had blood in the water there. They were trying to feast on that, but good job for the Bulldogs to get that out and get out of here, get back in the locker room and see what they can adjust to and change they need to make.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this. To compete at the highest level, you need reliable teammates to share the load, strong leadership, and unquestionable character. It's true in athletics, and it's true with financial services. At Independent Bank, we understand success on the field is a result of unseen hours of hard work and preparation long before the first whistle. Visit any of our branches, and you'll find local bankers invested in the community, committed to building strong business partnerships and helping families reach their financial goals. Independent Bank is proud to be a part of Howe Student Athletics. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Monty, now that we're off the air, let's talk about something important. When's your birthday?
That's an interesting question. It's in May.
Did you know that Bucksnor Barbecue will give you a free birthday buffet?
What?
All you got to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnor Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They'll even include the drink.
Well, we're going to my parents for my birthday.
Well, Bucksnor Barbecue will keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
Hey, I'll even go to Van Alstyne for that.
Bucksnor Barbecue is located in downtown Van Alstyne. BucksnorBBQ.com.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, and I will always be a Bulldog. I'm a proud graduate of Howe High School. The great leadership from our teachers and coaches helped me be able to become one of the few certified criminal law specialists in Texas. While I love the black and white, in trials, everything is not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now at 903-744-4252 for a free consultation. I'm board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Here's a man broadcasting the program and everything, and he don't even know what to ask. And one good player doesn't make a team. But it helps. Football is a team sport. It sure does help, but one good player doesn't make a team.
Sometimes we get turned up at the coffee shop, but at Baker AC and Heating, we want to make sure your heat gets turned up or your AC gets turned down. Celebrating 50 years in business with all of our friends, not just the ones at the coffee shop. Still located on Highway 5. Come by and see us.
Welcome to the Old Men at the Coffee Shop Halftime Show, sponsored by Baker AC and Heating. Now here's Caroline Slauson, Justin White, and Blake Burnett.
Well, here we are at the Old Men in the Coffee Shop Halftime Show, and we will turn it over. That's thanks to Baker Air Conditioning, by the way. And let's turn that band down a little bit. That's a little bit hot. And now we'll introduce none other than
sweat off.
He's been working hard up here.
Yeah,
and it's hot up here.
It's hot down there too.
Is it
I
hot?
had a coat on when I went down there at the beginning. I don't know if I knew stuff. Well, Justin, a quick takeaway for me. It seems that, like, let's take from last week Bells, but flip it. Kind of seems like Howe is running that clock down and keeping the ball for longer than most games this season.
Yeah, I think they've had to adjust the game plan a little bit with Elvington at quarterback. You know, Elvington's not throwing the ball as much, but you know, Boyd's ran the ball a lot too. I mean, with Gott and Lamance, those guys at quarterback and running back. Inman also at running back. Those they've been able to drain some clock as well. And but yeah, we ended about the same time or at halftime last week, about 8:30, as we did this week. So
I love that.
Yeah, so Bulldogs. But in this first half here, though, what's it like down there on the sidelines?
You know, last week we were talking about how quiet it was.
It was quiet.
It's pretty quiet down here too. I don't know. It's almost kind of like these, which I'm sure it's not true, but when right at the beginning of the play, I heard them a lot be like shh, shh. So I don't know if that's something they've started, just like it's golf when we're teeing off. I'm not real sure, but it's just quiet. But I'm ready for the crowd to get louder, these towels to start swinging.
Well, it took the second half last week to get going. You know, in fact, I think it was like a Brandon Williams long return to kind of get a shot into this crowd and get them going, let a lot of fire under them.
In this game, 7-14 is very well could happen. You know, second half teams. So.
Bulldogs are still in this. Yeah, they're second half team. They make the adjustments at the halftime. That's what they've shown here these last 3 weeks, that they make the adjustments. So this game is far from over. It looked.
Sure, yeah.
It looked kind of worrisome there for a little while on the first two possessions when Boyd was just able to march up and down the field and score. But the Bulldogs, especially on these last two defensive possessions here at the end of the half, had two back-to-back interceptions by Lauder and Elvington.
Yes.
Those came at the right time, especially down on the Bulldogs end of the field.
At the goal line, yeah. Right at the goal line. Well, I have to say this. It was funny when Leighton threw that touchdown pass to Wyndon, and y'all clearly didn't see it. I saw it. I was like, why are they not getting excited about this?
Well, I think it was our window was all fogged up here. Monty had a tough time looking at it. But, yeah, that was a good pass there by Elvington. Put it right there in the right spot there for Wyndon. Yeah, if he would have put that just a yard to the left, yard to the right. It would probably been picked off there or knocked away. So,
well, from someone who saw it right there, it was a very nice throw and a very nice catch.
And good that Wyndon got to catch that touchdown pass. Because remember last week he had the slant across the middle, got to the goal line, and wasn't able to get in. And then, of course, on the next play, the Bulldogs fumbled the ball and turned the ball back over to Bells.
Oh, yes.
So
I tried to forget that.
Glad that Wyndon was able to get a touchdown pass on this time around.
Yeah, I think this defense has been playing great. The offense has too. I mean, like you said, the Bulldogs are definitely in this game. This isn't, this is actually a real train. This is not their crazy machine that they have over there.
That's the extra train that goes behind the visitor stands.
Well, guys, we'll take a break. Come back with some scores around the area. 14-7 at the half. Boyd on top of Howe. We'll be back at Bulldog Stadium after this.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at mredinsurance.com.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Attention Bulldog Nation.
Come down to the Sonic and Howe for half-price shakes after 8.
When the Bulldogs are home, they'll even stay open for you rough, tough Bulldogs until 11 p.m.
Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles and a little message for our Howe Bulldogs football players.
Go Bulldogs fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. This is how you Sonic.
It's not just good, it's
Sonic good.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
Here's a man broadcasting the program and everything, and he don't even know what to ask. And one good player doesn't make a team.
But it helps.
Football is a team sport. It sure does help, but one good player doesn't make a team.
Sometimes we get turned up at the coffee shop, but at Baker AC and Heating, we want to make sure your heat gets turned up or your AC gets turned down. Celebrating 50 years in business with all of our friends, not just the ones at the coffee shop. Still located on Highway 5. Come by and see us.
Welcome back to the Old Men at the Coffee Shop halftime show, sponsored by Baker AC and Heating. Now here's Caroline Slauson, Justin White, and Blake Burnett.
Old men at the coffee shop. Listen, one good player doesn't make a team. That's absolutely
That's pretty good.
the truth.
Pretty good advice there.
Absolutely,
and
the
folks,
truth.
a little fun at Monty. He doesn't know how to ask the question.
I need to ask Monty how that goes, how he does that. It's funny because sometimes at lunch I'll go up there and get a drink and I hear him up there. And I just let him go. Looking at some scores around the area, Denison playing Reedy Lions tonight, 21-5.
Odd score there. There's
sure
safety in there. Must have been a safety in there.
Okay, 21-5 at the half and playing in Denison. Anna's homecoming tonight, playing against Benbrook, 7-3. Anna winning as of now at the half. And Northwest in Sherman tonight. Sherman on top of Northwest Texans, 16-0, 10:21 left in the second quarter.
Hillcrest leads Bonham. Here's some scores in our district. Hillcrest leads Bonham in the second quarter. That's 28-17. Howe will open up next week. District at Bonham. Gainesville trails Van Alstyne at the half, 8-6. A baseball score there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kemp trails Commerce 10-9. That's in the second quarter as well. I won't do the Boyd and the Howe.
That was you
like
this
you've
week,
been
not
doing.
me at least.
Pottsboro leading Aubrey 28-21. That's in the second quarter. Caddo Mills up on Lone Oak big 32-0. That's coming close to halftime. And then at the half, Rains up on the Roughnecks of White Oak 14-7.
SNS at Ponder tonight, 22-7 at the half. Ponder on top of SNS. Bells at Collinsville tonight. The Pirates on top of Bells, 7-0 at the half.
I wonder how that is, Coach West going back to his
Sounds like last week.
Previous job there, previous school.
Yeah, White at home tonight against Lindsay, 7-0. 12 minutes left in the second quarter. White on top of the Knights, and that one in Wolf City, in Tom Bean Wolf City, at the half, 26-0 on top of the Tom Bean Tomcats.
Okay, let's go ahead and get Blake on real quick. The Blizzard, he's gonna make the hike back over to across the field. So let's get him on there.
Well, thank you, Justin.
Blake, do you have us?
I do.
How's it like over there? You're in the first time this season. You're over in the other press box across the way in the visitor side. Is it?
It's different over there, sitting on their coaches so close, and their coaches get really excited on each big play, and it's a different experience over there.
Is it? Okay. Not distracting or anything? You still able to?
No. It's still a fun game to call.
Gotcha. Okay. What you got for stats wise?
Well, Boyd's big quarterback Hayden Hansen has 5 of 8 for 44 yards and 2 interceptions. Leighton Elvington has one of the interceptions for the Bulldogs, and Arturo Louder to close out the half while ago. They were both big plays. But the first one, if Hayden Hansen does not get rushed by Hunter Brousseau on the play, he has the guy for a touchdown. Brousseau causes pressure, makes him scramble out, and causes a bad throw.
We've seen that a few times tonight. Brousseau's put some pressure on him and made him get rid of the ball a little bit quicker than he wants to.
Brousseau's been there like 3 times, right on his hip, and he gets the ball away each time.
He really has.
Lamance is 2 of 4 throwing the ball for 31 yards and a touchdown. He also has 4 carries for 24 yards and a touchdown. Inman for Boyd has 2 carries for 36 yards. Gott has 5 carries for 43 yards. And the big receiver, Kuti, has 3 catches for 42 yards. Nick Taylor, 1 catch for 10 yards. Also adds 10 tackles on the defense so far and a sack. Hopkins has 1 catch for 5 yards. And White has 2 for 18. Their big standout performer other than Nick Taylor is Lane Wilson with 3 tackles and a forced fumble, and the fumble did go out of bounds on the hit on Jalen earlier.
We couldn't see over there who recovered or if it went out of bounds. Yeah.
The Boyd player went to get on it, and it slipped right through his hands and went out of bounds.
So an opportunity for the Yellowjackets slipped away.
Yes. Now for the Bulldogs, as both quarterbacks have played, Leighton Elvington is 7 of 9 for 82 yards and a touchdown. Austin Haley is 2 of 2 for 6 yards. Jalen has 6 catches for 27 yards. Caden Harmon has 1 catch and 19 yards and is also the leading tackler for the Bulldog at the half with 5. Stephen Waldrop has 1 catch for 24 yards. Colby Winden caught the touchdown from Leighton Elvington at 1 catch for 18 yards and a touchdown. And Brandon is our leader on the ground tonight. Brandon Williams with 9 carries and 29 yards so far in the first half. JC was a standout on defense with 4 tackles and a big pass breakup on 3rd down. Brousseau and Bearden both have a sack so far tonight, and Brousseau's been right there 2 other times that I can recall. Leighton Elvington has an interception, his 4th of the season, and Arturo Louder has his 1st interception of the season.
Okay, so if you put the analyst hat on, if you were to say adjustments they need to make the second half, what do you think?
The defense is playing great when Boyd goes to throw the ball, but we can't, the Howe Bulldogs have not been able to stop the run tonight. So Boyd throwing the ball may not be happening much in the second half. If I was the Boyd coach, I'd be running the ball with Lamance at quarterback, so he has the read option key, and both running backs other than Lamance are getting like 7 yards a carry. So I'd be running the ball if I was Boyd. Now for Howe on offense, we need to get back to the swing passes and then hit a big jailbreak swing, I believe. And I think that'll open up the deep ball to Caden Harmon in the second half.
All right, Blizzard put in the call there. So, all right, thank you, Blake. I'll let you make the hike back over there to the other side of the field. Appreciate the stats and everything. Unless you had anything else you wanted to add. Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
There was one throw I want to talk about.
Go ahead.
That Leighton made, one of his incompletions. It was a deep ball to Caden Harmon. And I think Caden, I remember that one.
Caden
thought Leighton was going to lead him inside, and Leighton let him outside. I think if they were on the same page there, it would have been a touchdown.
Yeah. I remember because he missed him a little over his head. It was kind of, right back behind him.
It was just to the outside of him, and he went inside. And that's been a big key for the Bulldogs this year, just that little bit right there.
Yeah, just a few plays that have kept them a difference in this game here.
Yeah.
Keeping the Bulldogs in it. All right, thank you, Blizzard. Appreciate it, man. Are you back on here? Or you want to go ahead?
Are we live?
We're live.
We're going to take a quick time out. We'll
Take
be right back right after this spot.
This is attorney Kimberly Killebrew. I'm a Howe resident with 27 years experience practicing family law. I service the greater North Texas area, including Grayson, Collin, and Denton counties. Call 214-432-1595 to schedule a consultation to discuss your divorce, child support, custody, or family law needs. Mention this ad and you receive a free 15-minute phone conference. In-person appointments are available in Grayson County or our principal office in Plano, Texas.
Here's a man broadcasting the program and everything, and he don't even know what to ask. And one good player doesn't make a team.
But it helps.
Football is a team sport. It sure does help, but one good player doesn't make a team.
Sometimes we get turned up at the coffee shop, but at Baker AC and Heating, we want to make sure your heat gets turned up or your AC gets turned down. Celebrating 50 years in business with all of our friends, not just the ones at the coffee shop. Still located on Highway 5. Come by and see us.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
This is Larry Mays. I'm the master plumber and the owner of Torque Plumbing in Howe, Texas. We do commercial and residential plumbing, everything from major construction of new restaurants to service plumbing calls to local citizens. We even service water heaters. We're located here in Howe off of Highway 75 at 102 South Collins Freeway. We're family owned and operated and are vested into the Bulldog community. Give us a call at 903-532-0525.
Mention this ad for free service calls. To compete at the highest level, you need reliable teammates to share the load, strong leadership, and unquestionable character. It's true in athletics, and it's true with financial services. At Independent Bank, we understand success on the field is a result of unseen hours of hard work and preparation long before the first whistle. Visit any of our branches, and you'll find local bankers invested in the community, committed to building strong business partnerships and helping families reach their financial goals. Independent Bank is proud to be a part of Howe Student Athletics. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the Old Men at the Coffee Shop halftime show, sponsored by Baker AC and Heating. Now here's Caroline Slauson, Justin White, and Blake Burnett.
Hello. Oh, there. No, that's on. Oh. Oh, got it. So I took this job simply because, well, I love the Bulldogs.
There you go.
Number one. Number two, it guaranteed me some nachos every Friday night.
Except for last week.
Except for last week when you don't take debit card at your concession stand. Come on, Bells.
Really?
Hopefully no one's listening and gets upset. But, so we decided we'd do a nacho review every week. And I think we did Ponder. Ponder got an A because of their thinly sliced jalapenos.
Oh, yeah.
I get way too serious about this. Bells obviously complete fail. I mean, didn't take debit card. Where else have we been?
That's all we've been. We've been Howe and Ponder.
Okay, so Howe. So I get, yes, I see them. Yeah, they're down there. I'm gonna give Howe a. I'm gonna give them an A, and I don't want to be like, just because they're our home concession,
right.
you know. But I was very hungry today, so maybe that's why they were so good.
Was there anywhere from last year that you can remember that was really good?
No.
Or has it been that long ago?
Well, last season about this time I was pregnant, so I was.
Okay, you were eating whatever.
I was eating whatever was in front of me, and I was getting like double of everything. I remember at
rains, this is so embarrassing. I shut down the concession stand. When we were walking out.
Oh wow.
That was so bad. But I was pregnant. Hey, listen, what can you do?
You got an excuse there. That's you're
what can you
eating
do?
for two.
What can you do? So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with A minus. A minus.
Okay.
They were listen, I'll be excited to have some next week. So.
We go to Bonham next week, so yeah, you can test them
we
out.
had them last year because we did that Bonham Van Alstyne game.
Yes. Yeah. Did you do the nachos there?
I don't remember on being anything remarkable. So Bonham, you got a week to step it up. The nacho connoisseur is on her way.
And that's the nacho review.
And that's your nacho review.
And back to Monty.
I missed the nacho review. I was kind of.
She gave him an A- for here at Howe.
Okay,
she didn't want to be biased.
Yeah, well, I can understand that.
But gave an A-. So.
Well, we are getting ready to get back into action here fairly quickly.
She's still upset the Bells didn't, and rightfully so, that they don't accept debit cards.
Yeah, I mean, what year is this?
Right.
2019 or something like that. So let's recap the first half real quick for you before we take another quick timeout because we're going to be underway here fairly quickly. The Howe Bulldogs started with the ball to start the football game at their own 29-yard line. Had a terrific drive of 13 plays and 49 carry the one, 51 yards, and took almost half the quarter off the first quarter clock, but couldn't punch it in. Gave it to Boyd at the 6:24 mark. They went 8 plays and 80 yards, took 2:50 off the clock, punched it in on a 10-yard touchdown pass to Nick Taylor from the quarterback, Rendon Lamance, and that gave the Boyd Yellowjackets a 7-0 lead with 3:37 left to go in the first. And then Howe took the ball, 4 plays and punted, gave it back to Boyd at the 1:22 mark. They drove down 9 plays, 66 yards, took over 4 minutes off the clock, punched it in on a Lamance 3-yard touchdown run to give Boyd a 14-0 lead at the 9:14 mark in the second quarter. Howe got it back and punted again, but gave it back to Boyd, and they had to punt. It was a great defensive stand by Howe to trap Boyd deep in their own territory. They had to punt it away. Howe had great field position with 4:56 left to go before the half. They drove it 7 plays and 40 yards and scored on an Elvington to Wyndon touchdown pass of 13 yards. That cut the Boyd lead in half 14-7 and left 2:13 on the clock, which is scary because Boyd can score quickly. They took the ball with 2:01 on the clock at their own 34-yard line, and on the very first play, Leighton Elvington picked out of the sky for his 5th interception of the year. Is that right? 4th or 5th? 4th interception of the year.
4th interception.
That was off of Hanson, the quarterback, and they gave it back to Boyd, or Howe took it rather, at 1:16 on the clock and had to punt it again. And then Boyd had it with 49 seconds left. I got my charts all messed up. I got to fix that. Boyd had it with 49 seconds left. An interception by Arturo Lauder gave it back to Howe. And Howe had it at the 1 yard, their own 1 yard line, had to snap it to get out of the end zone, did so, killed the clock, and here we are at the half with a 14-7 score. Boyd in the lead, and Boyd is about to get the football back. I'm going to try to adjust my chart here. I got off track. So the Boyd Yellowjackets look like they're about to come out of their tunnel. Howe still stretching in the end zone. We'll take a quick timeout. We're about to get caught up on our spots, so we won't have to do a whole lot of that in the fourth quarter. Let's take a quick one. Right now, we'll be right back right after this timeout.
Monty, now that we're off the air, let's talk about something important. When's your birthday?
That's an interesting question. It's in May.
Did you know that Bucksnore Barbecue will give you a free birthday buffet?
What?
All you got to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnore Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They'll even include the drink.
Well, we're going to my parents for my birthday.
Well, Bucksnore Barbecue will keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
Hey, I'll even go to Van Alstyne for that.
Bucksnore Barbecue is located in downtown Van Alstyne. BucksnoreBBQ.com.
I told you we were going to be quick. We're quick. One thing we might mention is that, well, maybe we'll mention it later. Maybe we'll mention it off the air. I'll tell you what. Why don't you take it for a moment? I'll be right back.
Okay. Carson, do you want to try to get on a little bit? As Monty goes away, Carson Grogan for his first time on the air. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Good. Talk about the first half here. Let's talk about second half adjustments here. What do you think the Bulldogs need to do here in the second half?
Well, as the Bulldogs come out of their tunnel, I think they need to give Jalen Thorne the ball a lot more.
Okay.
And on defense, they need to stop this quarterback run and read option that they've been doing on them for big yards during the first half.
Yeah. Quarterback and the running back. But they've been, Blake Burnett was saying earlier that they've been getting a lot of yardage from the run, so hopefully that'll be something Howe can stop here in the second half.
How was the Carson Grogan debut?
It was good. It was good. He just jumped in right in there and
awesome.
Took the broadcast over here.
Well, good. Here we go. The Bulldogs have come through the tunnel. And, again, Boyd going to get the football first to start this half. Since we have the roof open, it's kind of like Texas Stadium here in our old Texas Stadium, or maybe Jerry World. We have a little air coming out. Maybe that'll help our window situation.
Yeah, no kidding. Get a little ventilation in here.
I really hated the fact that I couldn't see Wyndon's touchdown real well to be able to make that call. I hate not being able to make that call. I just couldn't see very well.
Yeah, Caroline was saying, she's like, I was waiting for you. I was like, did they not see it? And I was like, right. Well, we're fogged up over here.
So Boyd will start the second half with the football. Kevin Flores about to bang away at the Tech Wave kickoff.
Number 9 for the Bulldogs, Kevin Flores.
And Flores, about 6 yards away, runs to the football, and he bangs this one away. It's a low line drive kick, going to bounce towards the out of bounds, but it sticks right before it goes out. Apparently it didn't. Maybe it touched. Or Menard maybe went down to a knee to pick it up. Not sure, but they blew it dead right where the ball stopped. 1st and 10 for Boyd, left to right now as they switch sides.
That's actually pretty good for the Bulldogs because I thought that was going to roll out of bounds, and they had a chance to return it. But yeah, ball goes dead. I guess his knee hit the ground when he went down to pick it up. But either way, that's good field position for the Bulldogs as far as only at their 21-yard at the Yellowjackets on the 21-yard line.
So just underway here in the third quarter, and look at that. Tell you what, Carson Grogan's worth his weight in gold. He's already got the scoreboard updated. Here's a handoff near side. That's Alan Gott looking for some room, and he does. And he's popped hard by Noah Campbell, but then brought down after he spins out of that. And a pretty good gain of about 8 yards for Gott on first down, up to the 30.
A little run to the outside there. That's something that we talked about halftime, was that they're going to have to stop the run. They've been able to. If I was Boyd, they'd continue to run the ball until Howe stops it. They've had a problem doing that tonight.
2nd down and 2 for Boyd, left to right. This is Lamance in the gun. He's going to keep it around the left edge. He fakes it and then gives it. And he's got a first down and more in a foot race. Arturo Louder. And it looks like Lamance is going to win the foot race. He's fast. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Boyd on the third play of the second half. But a flag is down at about the 18-yard line prior to Lamance going in. So looks like it's probably a block in the back, and that one's coming back a little bit.
And it was Lamance was pretty much almost about to score. Elvington was about 10 or 15 yards behind trying to catch up to Lamance, and he got pushed from behind and went down. Otherwise, and it was away from the play, Elvington wasn't going to tackle him. And so that's a big break here for the Bulldogs. It's a spot foul, but it saves the touchdown.
So they'll push it back to the 27-yard line. Wipes out a big, long touchdown run by Lamance. But, as you mentioned, big break for Howe.
And Lamance was on the keeper read option there, and he kept it and went to the middle of that line and broke some tackles. And
he can run. He is very fast. 3 receivers on the left side for Boyd, 1 down here at the bottom. And this is going to be Lamance. And he hands off to Gott around the left edge. Looks for a block, gets about 8 yards. And Gott, as the Blizzard was mentioning at half, they've just been able to run the ball at will. No real reason to throw the football at this point.
They're really not. I mean, they've with Gott and Inman and even Lamance at quarterback, they've been able to just gouge this Bulldog defense on the ground.
So second down and short, maybe 2 coming up for Boyd. Left to right towards the south end zone at Bulldog Stadium, the oldest active stadium in North Texas. And there's a penalty flag because when Lamance clapped his hands for the ball, it was Brian Couture, the wide receiver on the far side, who flinched just a little bit enough to make the flag come out of the pocket. And that'll be 5 backwards.
Well, if you can't get a stop here, at least let them stop themselves and drop themselves back here 5 yards. So that'll have a little bit of help for the Bulldog defense.
Second down and 7 coming up for Boyd.
7 yards moving.
10:22 in the third quarter, just underway in the second half. Lamance wants it, and he's going to keep it right up the middle again. A lot of room right up the middle, and Lamance is going to score. 25 yards, and Lamance punches it in.
Just a read option again. He reads the defense there, see if he's going to hand off to the running back, decides to keep it, sees an opening, and there's a big hole right up the middle, right there in between the hash marks, and able to just walk into the end zone for a touchdown. And so the Bulldogs make adjustments at halftime, but so did the Yellowjackets, and they made a big one just to keep it on the ground the whole drive.
Here is Boston McIntyre. Armillo to hold. McIntyre's kick is up, and it is good. 21-7, our new score at Bulldog Stadium. There is 10:09 on the clock here in the third quarter. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back right after this.
The First Baptist Church here in Howe, Texas would like to invite you and your family to a celebration of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Each Sunday morning at 10:30, we meet for worship at 100 East Davis Street in Howe. Prior to that, we have relevant Bible fellowships for all ages beginning at 9:15. Join us each week to declare the hope that is found only in Christ. Be ready to experience the life-changing power of the gospel. There is only one message for every generation, and that message is Jesus.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, and I will always be a Bulldog. I'm a proud graduate of Howe High School. The great leadership from our teachers and coaches helped me be able to become one of the few certified criminal law specialists in Texas. While I love the black and white, in trials, everything is not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now at 903-744-4252 for a free consultation. I'm board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas.
Welcome back as we prepare for the Tech Wave kickoff. It was a hit exterior scoring drive recap of 4 plays, 79 yards for the Boyd Yellowjackets, who capped it off with a 25-yard touchdown by Lamance, the quarterback. And that ups the Boyd lead 21-7 with 10:09 here to go in the third. Here's a wobbly kick by McIntyre. It's going to be taken by Harmon, who went to a knee at around the 28, 27-yard line. So that's where Howe will set up shop for the first time here in the second half at their own 27, moving right to left. There's 10:05, or 10:06 rather, on the clock.
You know, we only seen Haley in for one drive of this game. Looks like it'll be Elvington back out there. You know, we tried to talk off air whether or not it was even worth putting Haley in there tonight, you know, being a non-district game. You're getting ready to start district next week. He's coming off a concussion 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and it's Brandon Williams is back in the game as well. We didn't see him late in the fourth quarter after he got the personal foul, but he is back in the game. And at the bottom, it's Wyndon and Thornton in the slot. Williams in the backfield with Elvington. On the far side, it's Waldrop and Harmon. And this is Elvington wanting to throw down the field, and he throws it out of bounds. He was looking for Harmon's way, but I think he just threw that one away. Didn't like what he saw, just threw it away.
It looked like he faked it to his right, and I think Williams was there to his left, and then, yeah, threw it. Looked like he may have been thrown it out of bounds, thrown it away. So that thing just didn't look right from the get-go.
So it'll be second down and 10 as Howe now tries to put something together on offense for the first time here in the second half. with the first possession. 2nd down and 10. Elvington barking to the line, now looks out to the sidelines where the middle school quarterbacks are working with charts. They're holding up the signs, and here's a handoff to Williams over left tackle. He's hit hard by Nick Taylor after maybe 1 yard, and that'll bring up 3rd down and long, about 9 coming up.
Williams trying to run up that middle, and pretty much all night long there's not been a lot of room there in that interior line, to a lot of holes to run through. A lot of their success, if they've had any, has been on screen passes, just quick screens or swing passes there in the flats. Maybe time to get the ball to Jalen Thornton here.
Elvington with Williams to his right and back a little bit. Harmon comes across on the jet sweep, but Elvington wants to throw it. Flush down the pocket, coming near side. Wants to throw down the field. It's got it Waldrop, and it's caught near a 1st down. I'm not sure it's enough, or it's going to be close, but I don't think it's enough for a 1st. Although a decent spot, but no, it's going to be up to the 36-yard line and a yard shy of the 1st, and it's 4th down.
Good job there by Elvington to avoid pressure, rolled his right, kind of threw across his body and found Waldrop in the middle of the field. And, man, if they get...
What a great spot.
That really is. I thought he was going to be a yard short.
They actually moved the ball. They spotted it at the 36 initially, moved it up a yard, which moved the sticks. Great spot for Howe.
Because Waldrop caught that ball and just got hit immediately. And, yeah, I thought he was a yard short, but Bulldogs will take it.
Waldrop out of the game. Noah Campbell checks in at that tight end position, and now he'll move out to a slot. And Harmon's out there as well. Near side is Waldrop and Thornton. They flop for the first time tonight. Thornton is the out receiver. And this is going to be a handoff, a big hole for Williams, and he is slung down. If it weren't for the fingertips,
that's Guevara.
Williams had a big hole, but Guevara grabbed his fingers grabbed his jerseys and slung him. And then he starts talking to the Howe bench, and Coach Jay is not real happy with whatever was said over there.
Yeah, I've seen this even after that last extra point that Boyd had. There was some jawing going on. It's getting a little chippy out there.
Ball at the 38, a 1-yard gain for Williams. It looked like it was going to be a lot more than that. Elvington back to pass, under pressure, and he's going to go down. Past the 30, and now a flag is down, and it appears it might be a face mask. Elvington is down at about the 28-yard line, and he gets up slow. His helmet comes off.
Yeah.
And J.C. Helpenstiel looks at the official and yanks on his helmet from his face mask. So apparently that's going to be the call. And that gets Howe out of some trouble.
It does, and Elvington will come out. No, he won't have to come out because it's a penalty, right? Yeah.
That's correct. So a big penalty against Boyd. And we'll check down for the first time in the second half our Tech Wave sideline personnel. Caroline, take it away.
Guys, we had talked about the weather earlier and how there was no rain in the forecast. There is some lightning out to the west.
No.
But,
no.
Uh-oh.
No lightning.
I know, but not close enough for anyone to care, apparently. So hopefully it'll just stay over there.
1st and 10, Howe on the Boyd side of the field at the 48-yard line. Big hole for Thornton, and a lot of speed and about a 10-yard gain in life from the Howe crowd for one of the very few times tonight as Thornton crosses the 40 to the 38.
That's what you need right there, to get Jalen Thornton the ball and get him in there and just let's see if he can use some of that speed and that electricity he has to. But he gets up. I tell you what, he's getting hit pretty hard every time.
He is kind of limping a little bit, but man, boy, and he gets the ball in his hands, he can fly. 1st and 10, Williams in the backfield this time, and Elvington's going to hand to him, left guard, and he's going to gain 3 or 4 maybe to about the 36-yard line.
And Williams' hat comes off on the short run play.
So here we are, 8th play of the drive, and Carson Daniels checks in. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Bulldogs. Williams comes out with his helmet in hand, and Daniels is going to be in the backfield with Elvington. Harmon and Waldrop on the far side. Actually, I believe that's Campbell that's still in, or is it Waldrop back in the game? Man in motion is Thornton. They're going to fake it to him, and Elvington wants to run near side. Trapped behind the backfield, and now he's going to be hit hard, hammered down at the 40, and Nick Taylor pops him hard and gets up hard. And now Coach Jay wants a penalty on that. He is not happy with that extracurricular. The officials are not saying anything. Now a flag, and I believe this one might be on Coach Jay.
Coach Jay is hot.
And he should be.
Elvington got slung down. I thought that was a horse collar when they came after him. Elvington on the keeper, he was on a read option, came around the left side, and he got slung down pretty good. And Coach Jay was inches away from the referee's face, and I think they got him a flag there. He was highly upset.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Howe, and that'll be 15 yards. And Coach Jay is still pumping his fist and still upset, still pacing the sidelines. And this is going to be a big penalty against Howe. And Coach Jay, still hot. Still hot.
And he's calling a time. I think he's calling a timeout right now to either chew somebody out or regroup his guys.
He wants to talk to the official. And he's coming out there, and he's sprinting out there.
He wants some extra time to get into that official.
And he's right in his ear right now.
He's not talking to his players right now. He's on the official right now.
This is a point in time where if the cheerleaders weren't cheering, our crowd might
maybe
pick up what's
yeah.
going on down there.
Can Caroline
just got through chewing on him. And now he's going back for more. Now he's still going back for more.
Caroline, can you hear any of that? I'm sorry as I go down her.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said, can you hear anything of what Coach Jay's saying?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what you can say on the air, I guess?
He's just very upset that this team, that Boyd seems to come over here, and they've been pounding their chest over on our sideline. And I guess the Bulldogs are going back at them, and we get called for it. And for what just happened, I had turned around to see the scoreboard, so I didn't actually see what happened. But it could have been a safety issue for all.
Yeah. Well, they're going to back it up to the 46-yard line on the Howe side of the field after the big 15-yard walk-off. And what happened was Elvington was slammed down hard.
Yes.
Very hard by Nick Taylor.
Well, yeah, I do want to say, though, we had talked about earlier how – sorry.
Elvington is going to throw the swing pass, and it's incomplete to Thornton. And now some extracurricular with Thornton and the defender, but no flag here. It was with Lane Wilson, the defender, and Thornton. There was a little pushing and shoving, but Thornton quickly threw his hands up, and no flag was thrown. And it's fourth down, and he's going to have to punt.
There may have a little bit of a first-team all-district drama club there on that too when he flopped back there.
So it's fourth down, and everybody's getting chippy. Ball at the 46 again, and Howe's going to punt. Thornton is going to bang this one. He's a little upset. Bounces at the 20 over the head of Menard, who turns around, and he's going to be brought down out of bounds at the 19-yard line by Caden Harmon. They'll spot him at the 21, actually.
Well, you're down 21-7. A little over 6 minutes to go in third quarter. It's got chippy out there. Tempers are flaring, but you still got a quarter and a half here of football left, so you're still in this game. So you just got to keep your composure and not have stupid penalties.
Howe down by 2 touchdowns, needs a big stop right here. The ball is going to be spotted at the 22-yard line. So Boyd a long way to go, but their rushing attack has been able to chew up yards in a hurry right up the middle with Lamance, the quarterback. And he's in shotgun formation. And he claps and gets it, and he runs left. Just going to keep it over left tackle. And he's brought down hard by J.C. Helpenstell. 1 yard gain for Boyd, but he went down hard.
Good job there by J.C. Helpenstell there at linebacker. The lead tackler on this team comes up and makes just his normal textbook tackle there, wraps him up there behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll move the ball forward and give him 2. Boyd comes back up to the line of scrimmage. Ball at the 24. Lamance wants it, gets it, handoff to Gott coming near side. Getting a pretty good block, and Harmon's going to try to tackle him by his feet, and he does, but not after a first down run up to the 35-yard line.
They're running to the outside, got them guards and tackles pulling there from that offensive line and just kind of leading the way along with the receivers out to on the outside, and they're just getting big gashes of yards at a time.
First down for Boyd, left to right, ball at the 36. Howe needs a stop. Carson Daniels in on defense. Playing a linebacker position as Waldrop back out of the game. Daniels looks to rush from the edge, and this is going to be Lamance keeping it around the left side. Escapes a defender and going to be down at about the line of scrimmage. And Adkins was there. Helpenstell was there.
Russo was back there too.
So that'll bring up a 3rd and long, about 3rd and 8 for Boyd.
Good pursuit there by the Bulldogs, kind of sealing off the edges and bringing it back inside.
It's 2nd down, rather. They had the chains mixed up. So Lamance wants to throw down the field, and he's going to throw a little bit too high for Cochier. Noah Campbell throws his hands up in the air as if I didn't touch him, I didn't do anything. It falls incomplete, and now it's 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, just a pass over the middle, a 3-step drop there by Lamance. Just overshot the receiver. And so a 3rd down here. This would be a good time to get a good stop here for the Bulldogs.
3rd down and 8. Boyd walks up to the line of scrimmage. Howe needs a stop.
Maybe
really a pick. How about another pick, Mr. Elvington? Lamance gets it, and he's going to hand off left side and brought down, going to be very close to a 1st down mark. I believe that's Gott who got the carry on the far side. I don't think he got the 1st down. I think it's going to be short, but it's 4th down, and they're near the midfield stripe at the 45. What do you do?
I bet they probably go for it right now. They've been able to run the ball pretty easily there. And Brandon Williams, good job there. He knew where the sticks were. He got him right behind the behind the 1st down marker, just a yard short. But they're going for it.
You're up by 2 touchdowns. Why not? Gott, left side, over the middle now, and he's got the 1st down near the 50 to the 48-yard line.
Looked like that was like he was in the Wildcat there. Got the snap and just took it right up the middle. And like you said, why not? Bulldogs not able to stop it.
They'll spot it at the 49. They'll move the sticks. Ball near midfield. Defense has been on the field for a little bit. This drive started with 6:04 on the clock. We're at 3:37 here in the 3rd. 1st and 10, left to right. Armillo in the slot on the near side. And this is going to be a handoff again. Gott trapped behind the line of scrimmage. Russo.
Why not? Hunter Brusso still playing another good game here on defense here. He likes that safety position, able to come up, knife his way through the line, and able to catch him behind the line of scrimmage there. And Jared Ing, again, comes off the field with his hat come off.
I can't even roll my R's, and Brusso's so good, I just rolled my R's on that.
I wondered that.
How did that happen? I can't even do that.
Brusso.
Yeah. Good job, Brusso. Here is Lamance rolling out left side, throwing it deep down the field, looking for Armillo. A little push by Williams. No flag, as I thought Williams might get caught there as he had his hands on him just a little bit too early than what the ball was there, but no flag, and the ball falls incomplete. 3rd down and 11 and a half coming up.
Pretty decent coverage on the Bulldogs. Williams was playing corner. Elvington had the safety help. He was coming over as well, and just overshot the receiver, but the Bulldogs are right there with them.
2:41 on the clock here in the 3rd. It's 3rd down and 11. Boyd just shy of midfield at the 47-yard line, moving left to right. Big play here needed for the Howe Bulldog defense. Lamance drops back 3 steps, looking down the middle, throws it down the middle, and it's going to be Elvington fighting for the football. He may have it at the 22-yard line. Elvington comes out of the pile with the football, and he has his 6th pick of the year.
And his 2nd pick of the night. The ball hawking safety, Leighton Elvington.
Man, oh man, Leighton Elvington.
Elvington was right there with his man, and he went there, tipped it away with a tip drill, and just wrestled it away from the receiver. And that was all effort there by Leighton Elvington.
That was not an easy interception by any means. He fought for it the entire time and came down with it. 2:34 on the clock. Howe has it from their own 22-yard line. Need a big drive right here. Elvington will go from interception pick maker to quarterback with 2 men in the backfield. Williams and Thornton. Here comes Thornton looking for a block from Williams. He gets one, and he shakes a couple of defenders, and a nice nifty move up to about the 27-yard line.
Thornton again trying to break it outside there, and he's going to be down. He's gotten up, as we said earlier, a lot of times very gingerly each time, and I think he's down for the count now.
Thornton has really taken a pounding
He
tonight.
really has.
Let's check down with our Night Furniture sideline reporter.
Yeah, guys, y'all are right about Jalen. He has had a rough night, so he got hit as he was in the air. So hope it's not too bad.
Well, the good thing is we see Stephen Waldrop back on the field, because for a moment it was Noah Campbell taking Waldrop's place on offense, and it was Carson Daniels taking his place on defense. So here's Thornton getting up, with Coach Jailing having his right hand on his back, and it's a 5-yard pickup for Thornton, and we'll see if he can return to the game or not. He looks to be okay, but trainer Ricky Yake, who's been with the Howe Bulldogs and on the sideline since 1988,
wow,
is tending to him. It's 2nd down and 5 coming up. Now Harmon will go to the backfield with Williams, and Arturo Lauder will check in at the slot where Harmon was. So this is a pistol set with Harmon behind Elvington, and Williams kind of moving back and forth from left to right, and now he's going to stay to the right. And this is Elvington handing off to Harmon, coming near side, looking for a block from Arturo Lauder. Gets in the way a little bit, enough for Harmon to clear about 3 or 4 yards, close to a first down. And that's going to be near the 33-yard line. And another man is down. And that's Matthew Bearden.
And that run right there is going to be enough for the first down. So, yeah, that'll move the chains. And looks like that may be
that's
like
another
a cramp. I think we see cramps this late in the year.
Well, it's still muggy.
Yeah.
And, we're getting real close to that point where the weather does break.
Yeah.
Once you get past generally mid-October, that weather will break. Mm-hmm. But we're still a few weeks away from that. So, but Bearden being tended to, which leaves an interesting situation at left guard, because he moved from right tackle to left guard, which moved Helpenstiel back to right guard. So we'll see who comes in for Bearden here at left guard.
On the depth chart, it'd be Will Fleming. Now, I don't know if they would go with that or not.
Still attending to Bearden, and now he's going to hop up. Coach Jay and Ricky Yank out there with Bearden.
Matt Bearden, the injured player,
he's,
walking off on his
gingerly on his left leg. Hopefully it's just a cramp.
Yeah. It looked like it was. Looked like they were working on that when he may have cramped up again on the way over.
It's pretty hot out there. It's just steamy. It rained a little bit this morning and rained a little bit this afternoon, and it's very hot. It's just one of those,
sticky.
Yeah. Feels like a greenhouse out there. So the ball now at the 32. 1st and 10 for Howe. Handoff Williams, stops and escapes a defender.
Number 7,
brought
Brandon
down
Williams, the ball carrier.
after a gain of about 1.
Kent Williams has had a hard time on that interior line trying to find a hole through there. Yellowjackets done a pretty good job of clogging up the inside.
Well, the answer to left guard is Jackson Atkins, because that's who's in there right now. Elvington still in the game at quarterback. Williams and Harmon in the backfield. Lauder and Wyndon near side. Elvington wants to throw, looking near side, looking deep down the field for Wyndon, and it's going to be incomplete. No flag, as there was some tugging on the jersey, and now our spotter Carson Grogan says there is a flag down.
There is one. Threw that kind of in double coverage there to Colby Wyndon, and there was some pushing and shoving there. The crowd wanted one, the coaching staff wanted one from Howe, and he should have got one.
Well, there is a flag at the 48. We'll see what that, it's going to be a hold against Boyd. So the new set of downs for Howe. Right now there's 1:05 left to go in the 3rd quarter. And Howe's about to have a new set of downs pushing towards that north end zone.
Howe's had the opportunities here tonight. I mean, that have been given to them by the Yellowjackets with the penalties and
The result of the penalty is a first down.
different things like that. So Bulldogs got to take advantage of these.
Bulldogs pushing near midfield at the 43-yard line. First down and 10, and Bearden is walking around pretty good on the sidelines now. So it's first and 10. Elvington in the gun, Williams to his left. Man in motion is Arturo Louder, and he runs from one slot to the other. Elvington, handoff, Harmon, the ball's on the turf, and Boyd has it. And Boyd's going to take off with it, but the knee was down, and Wyndon is really upset as he pumps his fist, and he is really mad. And it'll be a turnover by Howe, and Boyd's going to have the ball in Howe territory at the 37-yard line.
I think that was that Couture, number 14, coming through there? Brian Couture coming through, or was that Taylor? That was Taylor, linebacker, coming right through the middle there, timing the snap, and came in there and just disrupted everything on that handoff. And Harmon dropped it on the grass, and Boyd able to recover that. But that was all by Nick Taylor coming in there and disrupting everything.
The play didn't look right from the beginning. Arturo Louder went in motion, and when he crossed Elvington kind of had that look of, that's not really what's supposed to happen here. It was just a little bit out of sync. And here's a handoff to Lamance, and he'll go left guard, bounce it out left tackle as Hanson's back in the game at quarterback. But Lamance will stay in at tailback, and he'll get a yard. And it'll be second down and 9 coming up for Boyd at the 37-yard line of Howe.
That's actually a good job there by the Bulldogs to keep that run minimal, as it was a halfback counter trying to run it around the outside. Good pursuit there by the Bulldogs.
Howe's picked off 3 passes tonight, so they've had their opportunities. But Boyd is just too good on the ground, and they hand it off right here, and escaping again is Gaunt. And he'll be close to another first down, and I believe he's got it to the 26-yard line.
I think that's actually Lamance there with that run there, but yeah, another good run. And Lamance will go to the sideline. Looks like he's maybe tired.
Yeah, he'll check out.
That may be the last play of the third quarter.
There's 8 seconds on the clock, and it is running, and nobody's going to stop it. And that is the final play of the third quarter. It's fourth quarter time in Texas here at Bulldog Stadium. And we'll be right back right after this timeout.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Welcome back as Boyd is now flipped around, headed towards the north end zone. They've got a first and 10 at the Howe 27-yard line. It was a close game at the half, 14-7, still relatively a close game, 2 touchdowns. Hanson in the game, the very tall 6'5", 220 quarterback, is going to hand off near side, and he's hit hard.
Is that helping still?
Again. Helpenstell will knock down Gaunt. Not much doing there. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. Second down and 9 coming up.
I'll tell you what, the linebacker play from both teams, J.C. Helpenstell and Nick Taylor, has been tremendous. Both guys making just man-like tackles.
Second down and 9. Hanson into the game at quarterback again. Cotier split out wide to the near side. Armillo is the slot. And Gaunt, the running back, but this is going to be a throw, and it's going to be incomplete as Hanson tried to hit a sprinting receiver, Hopkins, on a far side slant, but it fell incomplete. Hanson just threw it a little bit too far behind him.
Yeah, that pass intended for Hopkins. Hopkins, who's the leading receiver on this team, or one of the leading receivers, had a big night last week. But Harmon right there closed in and able to, as soon as that ball hit his hands, he was able to make contact with Hopkins.
You know, you wonder why they're throwing the football here on 3rd and long, but this is 2-down territory, and they've been able to run at will. But here they're going to throw it again. Hanson down the field, and this one's going to be incomplete. Boyd wants a flag. I see no flag, as I believe it was Williams in coverage. And again, that one was very close. Williams there right as the ball was getting there, but no flag. It'll be 4th down and 9.
Good job there by Williams. Williams was draped all over Couture there. It may have been could have been called a flag, but I think it was just good coverage there by Williams.
Interesting play calling right there by Boyd, who's been able to run at will. And on a 2nd down and 9, they decided to throw it twice with Hanson. And they're going to try to throw it a 3rd time in a row as they set up the screen pass near side. Couture makes the catch, and he's brought down. And we get an Air Sagleski as J.C. Helpenstell makes the tackle after about a 3-yard gain, and Howe's going to get the football.
Tried to do a middle screen there, and yeah, good job pursued by Helpenstell and Louder to bring him down. And yeah, that was an interesting call of plays there by play calling by Boyd. Even at 3rd down, they could have ran the ball. They had 2 plays to get a 1st down there.
Kind of strange. The way this football game's going, that would not have been – I don't think anybody was thinking for 3 straight passes right there in that situation. That's just interesting to me. And if Boyd if Boyd loses this football game, you can
look at that
circle that that section of play calling right there and kind of scratch your head a little bit. Elvington in the gun. They'll take the ball at their own 22-yard line. And this will be a handoff to, I believe, Williams. And not much doing there. Back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Again, Bulldogs trying to get that interior run game going and just hadn't been able to do it tonight. Another 1 yard, maybe not even a yard. I think it was back to the line of scrimmage there for Williams.
So we've only seen Haley for 1 series tonight. And he's expected to be full-time back next week in district play against Bonham. As Mr. Interception will go back to just defensive duty, one would think. Here's a screen pass out to Arturo Louder, who has the ball go right through his hands and incomplete. 3rd down and 10 coming up.
Yeah, quick pass to Louder. I think he may have tried to run with that before he caught it. And you talk about Haley not being back till next week. At some point, if all these guys can get all their weapons here with Williams and Louder and Harmon and Thornton, get everybody there, this offense, and get it, and another week of being under this offense, it'd be interesting to see what they do here.
Elvington in the gun on 3rd and 10. Drops back 3 steps, looking now, flushed down to the pocket to the right. Got to throw the football, and does. And Arturo Louder is there, and it's incomplete. And Howe wants an interference call, but we're letting them play tonight, as that one was very close as well. One could make an argument that was pass interference, but they don't call it, and it's punt time for Howe.
Maybe a makeup call from the Brendan Williams. Boyd thought Williams was pass interference there. Maybe a makeup call there.
So with Louder, or with Thornton rather, out of the game, the punting duties will go to Austin Haley. And everybody say a deep prayer right here. Haley, a high snap, and he's going to punt it off the side of his foot. A wobbly kick coming near side, bounces out of bounds at the 42. So his first punt ever is off the side of the foot. Hey, I can tell you all about those punts off the side of the foot. At least it didn't go in the bleachers, because I had some of those.
Oh, boy.
So,
well, go ahead.
Boyd getting the ball back here. What's the time on the clock? I can't see it.
10:18.
We need a scoreboard somewhere over there. We need one of those. Can we just put a Jumbotron over there or something? I know everybody wants turf. They've been talking about that.
I'm going to say, is that
been
before
a hot
or after
topic today?
Is that before or after the turf?
So ball at the 43 in Howe territory. Boyd with a short way to go. 1st and 10. 3 men in the backfield. Hanson there is going to hand off to Inman, running right side. And, man, he's going to escape more tackles, dragging Harmon and Brusso for about 10 yards, all the way inside the 20 to about the 16-yard line.
They're going back to their bread and butter. Again, just outside. They hand off to God or Inman or one of the other running backs, and they just have guards pulling out on the right side, and the receivers on the outside blocking, and another big long run for the Yellowjackets. And at some point, they're going to score here if you give them opportunities. And that's what the Bulldogs will continue to do.
Ball spotted at the 17-yard line. Same formation, and this time Lamance in the backfield with 2 running backs next to him, and he's going to keep it. And right over left guard, and he's going to be knocked down by Helpenstell and Jackson Atkins at the 15-yard line, a gain of 2.
Lamance was a quarterback keeper there, and I would assume at this point down 9:22 and 9:21 and counting that they would try to just keep running the ball, and you get another touchdown here, and they may put this game away.
Unless they start, 3 straight passes right here,
Right.
Second down and 8. Lamance in the gun. He's going to fake the hand and give it this time to Gaunt over left tackle. And a little misdirection now from Boyd with 2 men on each side of Lamance in the gun, and they run a little cross-buck type action and gain a few yards. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, most of the game we've been seeing 2 receivers each side and 1 running back in the backfield. But, yeah, they've been putting 2, 1 on each side of the quarterback.
Lamance stays in the game with Inman to his left, Gaunt to his right. Looking for it, gets it, handoff Inman. Right side, behind pulling guards into the end zone, touchdown Boyd. That one pretty easy, just get behind your big old guards and just ride them all the way to the house. Touchdown Boyd, 9 yards. And that one was Inman, his first touchdown of the night.
Well, like I say, you keep giving them opportunities on the Bulldog side of the field, and eventually they were going to score, and they did that. May have put this game away.
McIntyre on the kick. It's a high kick and not good. He pushed it to the right. That one didn't look good from the get-go. So the score remains 27-7. We're in the 4th quarter with 8:23 left to go in the game. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
My name is Michelle Walker, Vice President of the Howe Athletic Booster Club. On behalf of the board, we'd like to thank you for your support. Our mission is to support all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. We do this by purchasing new equipment and other items. Without these funds, our athletes would not be where they need to be. It's only $25 to become a member.
Hey, this is Coach Jailing. Our motto this year for the Howe Bulldog football team is all in. And all in means our football team, community, parents, everybody. We need everybody to be all in this year, and that includes you guys joining the Athletic Booster Club.
Attention Bulldog Nation.
Come down to the Sonic and Howe for half-price shakes after 8.
When the Bulldogs are home, they'll even stay open for you rough, tough Bulldogs until 11 p.m.
Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles and a little message for our Howe Bulldogs football players.
Go Bulldogs fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. This is how you Sonic.
It's not just good, it's
Sonic good.
The hit exterior scoring drive recap is 4 plays, 43 yards, capped off by a 9-yard touchdown by Inman. Brings our new score after the failed PAT, 27-7 with 8:23 remaining. And here's the Tech Wave kickoff. Going to be taken by Carson Daniels at the 24-yard line, coming up the middle of the field. He's going to be knocked down at the 30. And now a helmet comes off, a Boyd Yellowjacket helmet comes off, and now a flag on the near side as Noah Campbell gets up clapping. We may have some sort of a penalty against what it looked like. Let me see over there.
Is
Logan McCormick. Go ahead, Caroline.
Yeah, number 30 in 17. We're going at it.
Yeah, Wyndon was really upset after the fumble by Harmon, and he really came off the field very upset.
Yes, he did. He passed right by me yelling.
So Howe right now it appears is going to start with the ball at the 31, and now they're going to move it. 15-yard penalty against Boyd, right?
Yep.
So Howe will start with pretty good field position, needing to score here, down 27-7. So this game has been, heated on both sides pretty much the entire contest. It's been chatty and.
Well, I was just thinking the last two possessions have been kind of clean here, but after that return there, it started going back to tempers flaring.
8:16 on the clock. Elvington in the gun. Williams behind him, and now Williams will flank out, and a bad snap. Elvington has to go back for it, and he just falls on it at the 30-yard line. They'll give him forward progress when his knee initially hit at the 32-yard line. So that's a 14-yard loss for Howe on a bad snap.
Yeah, it looked like that went to the right, wide right of Elvington, and Elvington decided instead of trying to pick it up and look for somebody downfield, he just went ahead and fell on it and lived to see another day.
Center Colby Lappin just gets his towel. He wipes his hands off on his towel, which is hooked to the front of his belt. Not sure how wet the field is, Caroline. It did rain a little bit earlier today. Here's Elvington going to hand off to Harmon again, trying to race to the outside. He's quick, and he's got a seam, and Nick Taylor drags him down hard after about a 9 or 10-yard gain, and Taylor gets up, pumps his chest again. And that was a pretty good gain by Harmon.
That may have been the longest run of the night for the Bulldogs there. Harmon run to the outside there and just, it's like everybody else was standing still, and he was blazing through past everybody. So big run there and kind of get some of those yardage back from that bad snap.
12 yards for Harmon as he raced to the outside. 3rd down and 12 coming up for Howe. Williams in the backfield and Harmon. Louder near side in the slot, and Waldrop split out wide. Elvington with Williams standing to his right, wants it, gets it, turns around, hands off Harmon, near side, and he cuts and slivers a little bit, runs into a couple of defenders, maybe 1 yard. It's 4th down and 11 at the 45-yard line.
Well, I think at this point with 6:45 to go in the ball game, 4th down, you're down by 20. It's probably 4th down territory now.
And your electrifying tailback is out of the game. Sitting over here on the bench next to Jordan Jones. So 2 big playmakers not in the game tonight at the moment. 4th and 11. Howe taking their time. Play clock at 7. They're going to let this go all the way down, take a timeout, and then they may punt it away. We'll see what they do after the break. We'll take another quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is attorney Kimberly Killebrew. I'm a Howe resident with 27 years experience practicing family law. I service the greater North Texas area, including Grayson, Collin, and Denton counties. Call 214-432-1595 to schedule a consultation to discuss your divorce, child support, custody, or family law needs. Mention this ad when you receive a free 15-minute phone conference. In-person appointments are available in Grayson County or our principal office in Plano, Texas.
Well, it's 4th down and 11. Let's see what new offensive coordinator Nate Lynch has up his sleeve here. But it appears that Thornton is going to go back into the game and try to punt this one away. It's 4th down and 11. Waldrop checks into the game. 6:12 on the clock. And Howe with a 4th down and 11, just shy of midfield at the 45, is going to punt this one away. And now a flag comes in, and it's going to be a delay of game against Howe, apparently. Or is that?
A legal substitution.
That's what it is. Because when Wyndon came into the game late,
against the Dogs,
they threw the flag.
Remains 4th down.
So it'll be 4th and 16 now from the 40 instead of the 45. That's what they do in the NFL, right? Just to give him some more room to punt it away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now he'll stand inside his 30 at the 29-yard line. Thornton. High snap brings it down. He's going to boot this one away. A wobbly kick. Going to take Menard back inside the 24. He loses it for a second, picks it up, comes near side, being chased down by Noah Campbell, breaks that tackle. Still coming near side, looking for a block, crosses the 50, down the sidelines, tippy-toeing, and finally out of bounds. A good tackle by Arturo Lauder. As Lauder gets up and says something to him. There's a lot of jawing tonight
there really
from both sides. So Boyd in great shape to finish out this football game with 5:54 on the clock.
Well, Lauder dropped the return there and thought maybe the Bulldogs had him pinned deep and got some blocks ahead and got into Bulldog territory. And yeah, there's a lot of John Lauder made the tackle, but he had something to say at the end. And this will be interesting to see how the post-game handshakes go.
Ball at the 33. And now Hanson into the game. Handoff Lamance, and he's at the tailback position, and he's got a wide open seam, and that one's going to be an easy score for Lamance around the right side. Boyd is buck sweep city.
Really are.
And that one is a 33-yard touchdown on one play.
I think the Bulldogs are tired at this point. I think they pretty much, I don't want to say they've given up, but I think at this point, maybe getting ready for Bonham now.
Well, there is no question that this is the toughest team they have faced.
Oh, yes.
And maybe the toughest team they will face. We'll have to see. Pottsboro may say something about that. It's on the tee. The kick is high. And this time, Boston McIntyre says, yeah, that's better. That's what I normally do. And our new score is 34-7 here at Bulldog Stadium on the anniversary of the very first Howe Bulldog game ever played. It was on September 20th, 1935. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back right after this.
Here's a man broadcasting the program and everything, and he don't even know what to ask. And one good player doesn't make a team.
But it helps.
Football is a team sport. It sure does help, but one good player doesn't make a team.
Sometimes we get turned up at the coffee shop, but at Baker AC and Heating, we want to make sure your heat gets turned up or your AC gets turned down. Celebrating 50 years in business with all of our friends, not just the ones at the coffee shop. Still located on Highway 5. Come by and see us.
Welcome back. It was a one-play drive for our hit exterior scoring drive recap, 33 yards. It was Lamance on another touchdown. And Boyd extends their lead 34-7 with 5:43 remaining in the game. And the Tech Wave kickoff is about to take place with McIntyre, and now whistles blow before the kick. What is this? The official picks up the tee at the 35 and moves it to the 40.
Oh.
Hey.
Well,
I mean,
is that Boyd trying to be a little trickery?
If you're a Bulldog fan, hey, okay. Just go ahead and kick it from back there.
Right, yeah.
And now they're ready. And now McIntyre points at either side. Your Tech Wave kickoff is in the air. It's a short kick. Arturo Lauder from the 30 trying to come near side, looking for a block from Harmon. And he'll escape one tackler and go down crossing the 40 to about the 42-yard line. So Howe with pretty good field position to start the drive at their own 42. And there's 5:37 on the clock.
Well, I don't want to say give up, like I said, but 5:37 left in the ball game. Unless there's a minor miracle here, I think you just try to go out without anybody getting hurt. Don't want anybody get injured here before you go to district next week.
Let's see, what's the difference in points here?
27.
Oh, Blizzard.
What does he know that we don't?
I don't know. He always knows something we don't. 1st and 10, left to right. Carson Daniels into the game. Elvington hands it to him up the middle, and he'll gain a few yards, maybe two, close to the 45-yard line to the 44. And it'll be second down, and the clock is just all about winding right now.
Well, like I said before, you talk about getting all these weapons back. I'm not sure when Jones comes back.
That's a big one.
Yep.
Both sides of the ball. Second down and 8. Elvington with Daniels. And Waldrop is near side with Louder. Far side is Harmon and Wyndon. Screen pass to Arturo Louder, who has it go out of his hands again. This one falls incomplete. And now it's third down and 8.
But you haven't had a game all season where all your receivers and running backs have all been on the field at the same time. You had Williams miss the first couple of games. You've had Jones miss tonight. Haley missed last week. Played a little bit tonight. So, and each week the offense gets a little bit better. Now they ran into a Jackets nest tonight with this defense.
Third down and 8. Unfortunately, the incomplete pass stopped the clock. And here's Elvington wanting to throw again. Escapes one tackle in the backfield, and this one's going to be caught for a first down by Waldrop, and a flag is down on the far side of the field.
Elvington bought some time there, rolling his right.
Penalty flag thrown, however, near midfield.
Hit Waldrop right along the sideline. What's this flag?
It's in the area of where Wyndon was. Over there, split out wide to the far side. Howe going left to right towards the south end zone. We're going to call from the official. Illegal man downfield, apparently, against Howe. So that'll back it up to the 39. And the clock at 4:52 can't tick fast enough, and they roll it now.
You know, you get ready for a Bonham team next week, Monty. You know, it's not the same Bonham team from last year. It'll be interesting to see how the Bulldogs do in district this year.
Elvington is going to hand off to Harmon, and he'll run over left tackle, and he'll have a nice run near midfield at the 47-yard line.
Harmon's had a couple of good runs here late in the fourth quarter here.
A gain of about 7 or 8, and that'll spot it at the 47. Right now the clock is at 4:09 in the game.
There's obviously fourth down territory right here.
Elvington stays in the game. Harmon in the backfield, along with Daniels, the freshman. Wyndon split out wide to the left, and Waldrop near side. And this is Elvington rolling out right, wanting to throw deep down the field, looking for Waldrop, overshoots him, and the ball lands out of bounds, and ball turns over on downs, and the clock is at 3:40 before this one's over.
Yeah, Elvington looking downfield there, trying to find Waldrop, and I don't know, he may have pretty much just thrown that ball away. And Yellowjackets at this point.
You know, the scary part is that Boyd buck sweep that they run can go at any moment.
Yeah.
You know, even though you're trying to maybe to kill the clock, you know, their offensive line, you know, we failed to mention, and we're talking about a lot of beef up there. It's 1,220 pounds across the front line, averaging 244. And that's 30 pounds per man bigger than Bell's. And this is the big quarterback, Hanson, running right up the middle, and he's got a lot of room down the near sideline, 20 to about the 16-yard line. Hanson not known for his footwork, but he escapes right over left guard, and he's got a big gainer.
Yeah, I think his first run here tonight, keeps it around the left side. And good hustle there by Matthew Beard and one of the defensive linemen to go down there and track him down.
32 yards on the run for the big 6'5" quarterback. And he'll stay in the game with Alan Gaunt standing to his left. Two receivers to the right side. New receivers into the game. King at the bottom. Menard, the slot. Hanson, handoff Alan Gaunt, running right. A few yards, and the Bulldog defense does a good job of shutting down that buck sweep for the first time, or for one of the very few times lately.
Yeah, probably very few times.
So the ball inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. Gain of 2.
Yeah, like I said, at this point, you just want the clock to keep ticking and this thing come to a merciful end.
Clock still rolling, 2:33. It's second down and 8 before this one is over.
you just want to get everybody healthy. You know, Howe is snake bit on a few things. The schedule doesn't play very well. There's not a bye week before district or anywhere in district.
No.
Your bye week comes in week 10. What good does that do? Maybe it'll be fortuitous if they make the playoffs, and it'll come in handy. But here's a handoff by Gaunt. He'll be brought down by Colby Lappin at the 15, 16-yard line.
Yeah, that's an interesting deal there with the Bulldogs having that bye week at the end of the week for one of the smallest schools in the district too. They didn't have as much depth.
In the state. They're 5 over. The limit at being Division I. It's been bad luck after bad luck as far as redistricting and the scheduling with no bye week in the season. It's been a situation of 2 years of bad luck. Things have got to turn for this program. It's 3rd down and 10. As Hanson, high snap, but he brings it down, hands it off, and immediately brought down in the backfield. The Bulldogs were right there, and Brusso, I didn't do it that time.
Trying to get it to their junior running back there, Logan McCormick.
Number 30, Logan.
All 5'2" and 150 pounds of him. It looks like they got probably the second string in here right now for the Yellowjackets.
We're under a minute. It's 4th down. And there's 17 on the play clock. Got to snap it here. You just got to keep them out of the end zone on this 4th and long. Hanson wants to throw in the end zone. And thank goodness that one's incomplete. He overshot his receiver out of the back of the end zone, and Howe's going to get the ball. Did you know how upset that coaching staff would be if they punched it in right there?
Really? Well, at first I didn't know it was 4th down. I thought, why are they throwing the ball? Well, I guess 4th down and long, I guess you got to throw the ball. But, yeah, that would have been
insult to injury.
It would have been.
That's what that would have been. I think that's what they call it. So what's the clock over there like, Justin?
36 seconds left.
I may have to switch positions with you just so I can see the scoreboard and the clock. That might be.
You didn't think about that when you did this whole configuration, did you?
Yeah.
Bulldog defense holds.
It's amazing. I've been over here for 5 years and just now thought about that. That's the scary part. Ball at the 22-yard line. Howe deep in their own territory. Got to snap it and go home. Lick your wounds and get ready for district, because that's when it really matters. This is a handoff to Carson, and he'll run straight up the middle, and that'll kill it. Gain of about 3. No reason to snap it again.
Picking up short yardage.
They'll spot it at the 24, but
yeah, there should be no reason to snap this and just go ahead and go in and call it a game. And
so our Night Furniture sideline reporter, Caroline Slauson, as the teams exit the field, these players have got to be in a little bit of a foul mood right now, I would imagine. And Caroline's not able to hear us. There she is.
7, Yellowjackets, 34.
Yeah. The players and the coaches.
Yeah, players and coaches.
Let's hope everybody stays composed here as they do this handshake.
Yeah, the handshake could get a little testy across. These teams don't seem to like each other, although one gave a hug to another.
I will say, guys, that towards the end of this game, after all the craziness, they were showing a lot better sportsmanship, helping people up. Someone just hugged Jalen 14. It's not all bad.
Well, the Howe Bulldogs are going to have to lick their wounds and get ready for district play. Bonham next week. There's winnable games in district play. Howe's going to have to get healthy for one.
Yep.
And for another, the little mistakes and things are going to have to subside as far as the fumbles and key parts of the football game and things like that. Just got to clean it up.
Yeah, because after today, we talked about each week, it doesn't matter, because it doesn't count toward the playoffs or anything. But next week, all that's out the window. It's the real season starts.
Hal's getting ready for their school song, fight song, and this one's just about in the books. We'll keep this one a very,
very short pregame or postgame show rather, as the Bulldogs stand there with their helmets and sad faces. But hey, the season is just now starting.
Yeah.
Everything that has happened is just basically preseason because it just now starts.
Yeah, that's where, like I say, you work out all your wrinkles and you try to get everybody, as we talked about, get everybody healthy, get all your weapons that you've got on offense, especially. Hopefully everybody get healthy and everybody be back next week there against Bonham. Because like I said, everybody hadn't been on the same field at the same time. Again, Haley's been out a couple of games, or last week, and then hadn't played much tonight. Jordan Jones was out tonight. Brendan Williams missed the first 2 games. So, let's see when everybody's healthy what it'll be like.
I think the blizzard still do you see the smoke coming from we got the blizzard in the visiting press box tonight, by the way. He's on the very far side. You see the smoke coming from the press box over there.
We need a chimney over there to keep to funnel all the smoke out that he's got coming from his pen.
Well, we'll get you up to speed later because we're going to cut this one short. The blizzard's over there, and he's got a long walk over here, and it would take a while and all of that. So, hey, let's just get ready for Bonham. It's a week away. It'll be at Bonham. So, the Bulldogs. They turn, and, this is another thing about Coach Jay. It's little bitty tiny things.
Yeah.
Look at that. The Bulldogs have turned around, and they're facing the Boyd crowd and respecting them as they do their school song and their fight song here. Do the kids want to do this?
Probably not after this game.
No, they don't want to do that, but it's respectful. And it's a good thing for Coach Jay to teach that respect. And that carries on with you long after you're on this football field when you're led by a guy like that. So, again, we keep preaching, and, we know he lost his cool tonight. Hey, everyone would have lost their cool over that sucker. But what a great head coach he is for these young men, and always proud to be a Bulldog. Win, lose, or draw. Tonight it was a loss. 34-7. So for everyone who's been a part of this one, including Caroline Slauson, our sideline reporter, Justin White, our color analyst, Blake Burnett, the Blizzard, our statistician, and our engineer and spotter, Carson Grogan. We will see you next week in Bonham, Texas, Friday night, 7 o'clock is when we go on. For everyone who's been a part of this, and I'm Monty Walker. We'll see you then.
You've been listening to Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com. Howe Bulldogs football is brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Bucks North Barbecue, TechWave, and Meacham State Farm, Knight Furniture, Independent Bank, Star Auto Body, Torque Plumbing, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Juan Enciso Farmers Insurance, GCEC, the Old Man at the Coffee Shop, FBC Howe, the Howe Athletic Booster Club, Baker AC and Heating, Pitt Exteriors. This has been a product of Grayson Publishing.